So the lone wolf says, I like the way you pronounce Raven. It's completely wrong, but hilarious. Raven. Yeah, one thing people need to understand is when it comes to pronunciation, there is accent and also there is the way people pronounce it in their own dialects. That is one universal aspect of language people don't know usually. So um it is not as if the way somebody will pronounce a word is wrong. No, it's just because you are not used to listening to it that way. So English is a global language and it's a broad language, and everyone has the version or the style in which they pronounce a word. So um like I said, just imagine a British person going to a particular part of Africa and saying, "Do you have water?" Like the African person, sorry, will be looking at the British person dead in the eye and be like, "Do I have what? Do you have? Excuse me. Do you have water?" They'll be like, "What? What are you saying?" "No, my sister or my brother. Here we say water. It is water, not water." Are you getting the point? So it is not necessarily like I learned this in school, way back in school when I was in elementary school. My English teacher, amazing, Mr. Adair. If he's alive, I know I heard he's dead, but if he's still alive, God bless that man. He was the first and only teacher in my life when I did extremely well in English language, and he gifted me money. Like he literally took money out of his pocket and gave me, because he taught me to the core, and I lived by that principle till I passed that exams. I was one of the people who got the highest grade. He was amazed. He's like, "Barbershop, come, take this." He gave me money. So Mr. Adair made me understand something about English language, that if you're speaking English, don't look for perfection. Look for understanding. Let people comprehend. So in I don't know about other countries, but in elementary school growing up in Ghana, for instance, they will teach you the difference between English grammar and English comprehension. There is what we call English grammar and comprehension. Grammar is only needed when it comes to a written language, but when it comes to comprehension, it's normally deals with the spoken language, because people need to comprehend what you're saying. So it's not necessarily saying the correct statement the way other people like it, but you have to pass your message across to make it understandable for the next person listening to you. So that is one of the teachers who actually built me up to be able to stand boldly in front of the audience, camera, or whatever, and speak. And I started this by way back, where I can stand in front of the assembly and address people. So it's not necessarily pronouncing it the way people want you to pronounce. It's about, can you pronounce it the way people can understand you? Yeah. So when I did a video about South Africa, I posted a video just some 24 hours ago. And I was speaking about, and I switched my accent and I took it to South African accent, and I said, they will say, go back to your country. You see, the actual word is back, go back, but accent makes them say go back. It doesn't mean they are wrong. You just need to understand the point they are passing across. The point they are passing is legit, is correct. Is the accent makes the pronunciation sounds wrong, but it's not wrong. You go to Nigeria, they have the accents, the way they pronounce certain words. It doesn't necessitate they are wrong, but it's just the accent. So they will pronounce it in your ears. It sounds wrong. You see the point, but it's not wrong. And so Mr. Ade taught me certain aspect of English language that makes me confident when I speak. So don't always think about pronouncing something wrong. Always think about, can people understand you? That's what matters in a spoken language. When it comes to grammar, yes, that's when you need to apply by the rule. So you have to go straight to the rule so that the next person reading the text will make sense out of it. That is grammar. So, yes. So people need to understand this aspect of language. right? So that's why some people don't have the courage to speak in front of audience or cameras or videos. They find it extremely embarrassing to make a slip of a tongue or a mistake, so they can't face the camera, right? But that's not necessarily the case. You see the point? Salam to all those who are joining. I see you, that one, all of you. I appreciate all of you coming. Thank you. God bless you. How the British version Pacman says, or how the British person pronounces aluminium. Yes. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, let's go. So I played a video in the beginning. It has to do with the Hadith-Dependent. Somebody says it. I'm puzzled. Africans support religions that support slavery. Have no guts to stop slavery. Nope. Nope. Such a person, I would love to have a dialogue with you. I'm serious. When I open the phone lines, I wish you were here. Nope, nope. He says, I'm puzzled. Africans support religions that supported slavery, had no guts to stop slavery. Okay, no problem. Anyways, I see you, my dear brother Zeno. Salam to you, my dear brother Zach. God bless you. So let's go to the point. I need to play a video. Salam JS, I see you. The video I played in the beginning. I just want to tackle these Hadithiyuns. They are so confused to the extent that we have become a knapsack for them, so they cannot live in peace. Now we have become the talk of the town. So I'm going to play about 5 videos of these mainstream guys who are discussing the Quran alone followers. Is just mind-boggling. They can't stay away from us, right? Zain Mohammed says, Lemon character taking his sunglasses off and raising his arm to greet someone, imitated by baby Lemon. Anyways, yes, barely there. Yes, spelling is aluminium. Yes, lol. You see? Yes, Sister Ram. Oxford English. Yes, dictionary. Yes, there's a difference between American English and British English. Spelling, even the spellings are not the same, right? And pronunciations are not the same. Most of the pronunciations are not the same, right? But anyway, so the guy I played his video in the beginning. Before I play that video again, I just want to play this video, this one video. It's a funny video, by the way, but I just need to play it. It's ridiculous. This is from Mohammed Hijab.
مشركين بأنفسكم وأموالكم وألسنتكم. The Prophet ﷺ, jihad can count with the tongue. Jihad is with your tongue as well. Your arguments, your tongue. Yes, that's what jihad can be as well. That's what we're trying to do here. But we need you to now put the bullets in the gun, the intellectual bullets. Intellectual, yeah? I know some idiot out there is cutting at this and trying to defame me, so I can put them to court as well. The intellectual bullets, bang, 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 bang. We need to Quran alone, feminist, communist. Come on, Akhi, man.
So, guys, if you heard it, that was Mohammed Hijab. If you didn't hear this before, I did a live stream program on this particular session. This was the session Mohammed from God went on that program to confront him if he wants to debate Baba Shraib. But this was after they had that confrontation, and he sat down going on a rant. And even after this, they deleted the live stream, right? So I just wanted you to pay attention to the last 30 seconds statement he made. Pay close attention.
جاهدوا المشركين بأنفسكم وأموالكم وألسنتكم. The Prophet ﷺ, ألسنتكم, jihad can count with the tongue. Jihad is with your tongue as well.
Now, look, correctional officer, one thing I pray to God is to give me the capacity to discern in a highest level possible, because the fight we have is a bigger fight against one of the biggest head of the snake, which is the mushriks, the Sunnis. I know that very, very much. So that's why I'm showing you the capability of what God has given me to expose these bozofied people out there for you to see clearly how they don't have that capacity to listen. So one of the things I pray to God very much for is to give me the capacity to listen and articulate, to speak and be bold enough in my speech and to know what I'm saying to the audience. Now, pay close attention. I'm going to show you the contradiction in what he just said. He said one of the things God wants you to do is to what? Listen, to what?
بأنفسكم وأموالكم وألسنتكم. The Prophet ﷺ, ألسنتكم, jihad can count with the tongue.
So he started saying jihad can come with the tongue. Pay close attention. Jihad can come with the tongue, and then
Jihad is with your tongue as well. Your arguments, your tongue. Yes, that's what.
So now the argument you do with your tongue, right? That. So you see, it's a segment of words he's speaking, right? So jihad can come with the tongue, right? Okay. See what follows up to his argument.
Jihad can be as well.
Jihad can be with the tongue, right? So listen to the next jihad he's going to say.
That's what we're trying to do here. But we need you to now put the.
But we need you now. Listen carefully what he said. He says, we need you to now. So now it's not about jihad can come with the tongue. We need you now to do what?
Be as well. That's what we're trying to do here. But we need you to now put the bullets in the gun.
We need you now to put the bullets in the gun. So when he realized, oh, shoot, what did I just say? Then he tried to take the first statement he said concerning jihad with the tongue and bring it to cover up the mishap he just made. So check it out.
As well. Your arguments, your tongue. Yes, that's what jihad can be as well. That's what we're trying to do here. But we need you to now put the bullets in the gun, the intellectual bullets. Intellectual, yeah? I know some idiot out there is cutting at this.
You see? Word of caution. So then he quickly said, intellectual bullets. I know some idiot is cutting this to defame me.
And trying to defame me so I can put them to court as well.
To defame me so that I can put them to court. Really? Muhammad Hibijibis, you are not listening to yourself. Please ask him one-on-one, what are the intellectual bullets? Because if the tongue is already there, you are going to argue and do jihad with it. Now, where are you going to put that intellectual bullet in the gun? This Oxford bozo doesn't listen to himself. So he deleted this video after this rampage. Yeah, he deleted it. You know, even though the guys doing the stream, when they were scared to tell him the truth because they think he's 6.8 feet tall, so he's like a god to them. They cannot tell him the truth, by the way. So they deleted the video. Right? So you see, he realized he just messed up. Yes. What he just said is out of coverage area. Then he threatened with the lawsuit.
Tongue, yes. That's what jihad can be as well. That's what we're trying to do here. But we need you to now put the bullets in the gun, the intellectual bullets. Intellectual, yeah? I know some idiot out there is cutting at this and trying to defame me so I can put them to court as well. The intellectual bullets, bang, 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 bang. We need to. Quran alone. Feminist.
Quran alone. Here we are calling for debate. You are running. So, ladies and gentlemen, the intellectual bullets, what is it? Is it the debate or what? What? Dialogue? No, how are these bozos going to use their intellect against us? Why are they running? You ask them, why are they running? Please ask the bozos out there, why are they running? We are coming. Tell them to keep running. We are coming. And we are going to see those intellectual bullets he's talking about. Do you see how bozofied they are when we debate them? Do you see how foolish they sound? How stupid they sound? Look at the last guy MFG debated. The guy who is saying the Hadith is better than the Quran. That's how foolish they will be in the debates. That's why they are avoiding the debates with us. And I mark it on the wall. Whoever among them will face Baba Shaib in a debate or dialogue, that's the ending of their career. They will be begging for scraps to be seen again. That's why they are running. I'm serious. Cyrus Black says that doesn't sound like a gun. It sounds more like he's launching his butt. Stones with a slingshot. Yes, yes, Truth Unchained. The last time I checked, Sunnis are all talk and there's no bullets in their talk. Like they are like brainless in the things they say. You tell me one time you ever seen a Sunni making sense, unless if they are dealing with Christians. That is the only time Sunnis make sense. I'm not joking with you. The only time you see Sunnis speaking with high eloquence is when they are dealing with Christians. That's the only time Sunnis make sense. Any other time, they sound like bozos. Let's make this word official. Bozos. It is an official word, but let's make it official. So this guy says intellectual bullets, and then you face the Quran alone, and then listen. I'm not making up this. This is a real video. This is not a made up video. This is not AI.
Court as well. The intellectual bullets, bang, 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 bang. We need to Quran alone, feminist.
So from the Quran alone, they go straight to the feminists. Hey, feminists, they are coming for you. Quran alone, we are doing our own fight. They call us Quran alone. So we are doing our own fight. Feminists, where are you? Go and fight for yourself. Because Muhammad Hibijibis is coming for you. Intellectual bullets in the gun. Is coming. And then which is the next group?
Communist.
Communist also. The communist Muhammad Hibijibis is coming for you. Intellectual bullets. Yes.
Come on, Akhi, man.
I swear to God, Sunnis are comedians. Wallahi lazim. That is why I don't play with Asim Al-Hakim. He's my favorite comedian, by the way. Asim Al-Hakim is the best. He's the best comedian ever you can get among Sunnis. I wonder, this guy is charging $150 for half an hour consultation. Abu Zilima says they have PhD. Yes, they have PhD. Post heebie-jeebies disorder. Yes. Yes. Abida says he's losing his mind. He doesn't sound healthy in his voice. Yes, he doesn't. Yes, he doesn't. Anyway, so away with Muhammad Hibijibis. Let's go straight to the point. So the first video I played before starting the live stream, that this guy who made a statement. But before I go to the guy, listen to one Hadith follower. This is a Hadith follower. Listen to the advice he has to give Hadith followers about Quran alone. Listen to this advice.
Is anybody keeping up with this whole debate going on against the Quran only people? In case you haven't heard, there's a bunch of people who flat out reject Hadith, and the mainstream scholars seem to be very triggered by this. I have a very simple message for the mainstream scholars and imams and future students of Islam. Ready for it? Talk more about the Quran. It seems to me that at least partially this Quran only movement, the Hadith rejectors, they're partially fueled by the fact that we seem to talk more about the Hadith than even the Quran. The Quran has tons of wisdom and gems inside of it, but it seems to me that the majority of classes, khutbahs, speeches in general, have to do with Hadith. And somehow the minority is given to Quranic reflections. When you hear this, you might be thinking, hey, we talk about the Quran all the time, but I'm not talking about Quran memorization, recitation, or even deep diving into the Arabic language of the Quran. I'm talking about reflecting on the principles and the wisdom of the Quran. I'm not saying to completely not talk about those things, but I'm saying there needs to be more talk, more percentage of what we talk about should be the principles and the wisdom of the Quran. Again, I'm not a Hadith rejecter. Completely rejecting Hadith is an extreme position, but the rise of this movement is something to learn from, not to ostracize and reject and condemn. There's a very well-known psychological principle. One extreme inspires another extreme. Younger Muslims and the growing number of reverts to Islam really want to hear more about the Quran, spending a greater majority of our time talking about the Quran, I believe will resolve a lot of this tension. After all the reverts who come back to Islam and the Muslims who reinvigorate their faith in Islam, they are all typically guided by the Quran, which is the only infallible book in our religion.
Yeah. Okay. So you heard the guy, right? So his advice mainly goes to the scholars of the mainstream who actually are against the Quran alone followers. But the point is, he is also a Hadith follower, but he's coming from a position of concern. Now, so let me decipher and show you where I agree with him and where I don't agree with him. But let's check from his advice, right?
Is anybody keeping up with this whole debate going on against the Quran only people?
Yes, we are keeping up. We know what the Sunnis and the sectarians are saying about us. We know we are keeping up. But let's see how consistent you are with your views and advice to your own scholars.
In case you haven't heard, there's a bunch of people who flat out reject Hadith.
There's a bunch of people. Are we just a bunch of people? No, that's not the idea. We are not just a bunch of people. Yeah. So the point is, you are saying we flat out reject Hadith. Just like that, we have a reason. You guys cannot substantiate your claims of defending Hadith from the book of God. As a matter of fact, when we quote Quran chapter 45, verse 6 to verse 8 to you guys, that's where you start shivering. God says, "For the ayi hadith ibadallahi wa ayati yuminun," in which hadith, after God and his verses, will they believe? So the question is, the hadith books you are using, are they the verses of God? The answer is no. So if they are not from God, then which hadith after God and his verses will you believe? You guys can't answer that. Then you go override what we are saying to start saying, okay, if you are going to follow the Quran alone, how do you pray? How do you sleep with your wife? How do you do istinja? How do you wipe your butt? How do you do this? That's the questions, stupid questions you guys will start formulating. You see how bozofied you have become. So what we are telling you is the books you are following are not the verses of God. So we don't need them. We didn't just get up and say, you know what, because the hadith says he married a 6-year-old girl and he slept with her at the age of 9, so yeah, it's disgusting. No, if that is the case, we will also do cherry picking just like you, the bozos, are doing. But that's not the case. We don't need the trash. And then they would keep telling you, oh, you are throwing the baby away with the bath water. No, we are throwing the bath water together with the pee, not the baby. We need the baby. The baby is the Quran. What kind of foolish analogy is that? Who told you we want to? Which parents will throw the bath water with the baby along? Which parents will do that? The baby is the Quran. We are throwing the bath water and the poop and the pee. Foolish mushriks. Let's continue.
And the mainstream scholars seem to be very triggered by this.
Yes, the reason why they are triggered is just because the coins is falling short. The coins they are taking from the people is going down. That's why they are triggered. Why will they be triggered? Because we only said we want to follow the book of God and it's a trigger point for you. That's not how it should work. We said the book of God is what we want to follow. Why should that be a triggering point? This is what you want to follow. Go and follow the trash. We are okay with the go. Follow the trash. We want to follow the book of God and you are triggered? See me see trouble. What kind of nonsense is that? Like, what? Let's go. Yes, Abu Sulaiman says, because Quran has Allah name and only in every page. Zumar 45. Yeah, they don't like it. They don't like that. The Quran is about God and Quran. Yeah, my brother Anas 9023. I see you. Salam, Ahi. Yes. So somebody's asking, how do you sleep without the Hadith books? And these questions are coming from Sunnis. They are just amazing. I just love how their brain works. I don't mean I love the brain so that I want to have it. No. Sometimes you can love something, but you are not, you are not going to put it on you. Like you love fish, but you eat it. If you love it, you don't need to eat it, right? So you love fish, you eat it. So I love how these people, they are the way their brain works. I love it, but it doesn't mean I want it. No. Ghost. Salam to you. Anyways, let's continue.
I have a very simple message for the mainstream scholars and imams and future students of Islam. Ready for it?
Are they ready? You're one of them. Be careful. Be careful. You see the way he put the gel nicely on his hair. These people, when they look, if you're one of them and you start giving them such advice, I'm serious. They are going to come for you. Sunnis don't like that kind of advice if you're one of them. If you're one of them and you start to give them this kind of advice, what they will tag you is a hypocrite. And then they will start saying, we think you are joining this kind of people. Huh? You see. Zain Muhammad says, my wife asks, how should she feed our baby? I think Hadith books gives the solution to that. The Hadith even give the solution of breastfeeding an adult. Oh my God. How do you breathe with it without Hadith? Without Hadith? Yeah, Sunnis can ask you that question. Yeah. I'm serious. They can ask you, where does the Quran say, tell you how to breathe? Sometimes they will be asking some of these dumbest questions and they think they are making sense. I see you, Kanji. Salam to you, my brother. Yes. The the lone wolf. Yes. But that's the reality. This is how their brain works. It's not a joke. I'm serious. Let's go.
Talk more about the Quran. It seems to me that
So one of the advices he gave his scholars is to talk more about the Quran. That is true. Have you ever been to any Sunni mosque or sectarian mosque? They don't talk about the Quran that much. It's all about the book of their scholars, the opinion of their scholars, the Hadith books. That's what they do. So they've created a parallel religion where they are promoting some nonsensical books, thinking that is the religion of God. Yeah. Yes, username 111 says you can see how little intellect they have. Yes, it's true. Yeah, it's true.
at least partially this Quran only movement, the Hadith rejectors, they're partially fueled by the fact that we seem to talk more about the Hadith than even the Quran.
But that's not only the case why we have issues with you guys. If you call us Hadith rejectors, the last time I checked, the Quran itself is the best Hadith. So which Hadith are you talking about? We don't reject Hadith. The Quran is the real Hadith, the best Hadith. So why are you superimposing your dirty Hadith with the book of God? The Quran is the Hadith itself. So I don't reject Hadith. We don't reject Hadith. We reject garbage Hadith. That is the difference. So we are not Hadith rejectors because the Quran is the best Hadith. Quran chapter 52 verse 34. فَلْيَاتُ بِحَدِيثٍ مِثْلِهِ إِنْ كَانُوا صَادِقِينَ. Let them bring a Hadith like the Quran if they should be truthful. So what do you mean Hadith rejectors? Because even you, the bozos, you reject some Hadith yourselves. That's why you do cherry picking. Yes, you reject. If you want to know they reject Hadith, you wait till they meet correctional officer and I'm asking them about a particular Hadith, which is Sahih, and you see clearly how they reject the Hadith on the broad daylight.
The Quran has tons of wisdom and gems inside of it, but it seems to me that the majority of classes...
So the Quran has tons of wisdom and gems. Gems in terms of gems, coral, pearls, and so on. Gems, like gemstones. Yeah, it has gems, valuable assets. So Quran has thousands of wisdom. Yes, but the issue is not just because the Quran has tons of that. Let's see where you're heading to.
Majority of classes, khutbahs, speeches in general have to do with hadith. And somehow the minority...
That is true. The majority of the classes, the khutbahs or what we go, it's just hadith. They always use hadith. Always, the scholars. Oh, one day the Prophet said, MashaAllah, the Prophet, that's, yeah.
Is given to Quranic reflections. When you hear this, you might be thinking, hey, we talk about the Quran all the time, but I'm not talking about Quran memorization, recitation, or even deep diving into the Arabic language of the Quran. I'm talking about reflecting on the principles and the wisdom of the Quran. I'm not saying to completely not talk about those things, but I'm saying there needs to be more talk, more percentage of what we talk about should be the principles and the wisdom of the Quran. Again, I'm not a hadith rejecter. Completely rejecting hadith is an extreme position, but the rise of
Completely rejecting hadith is an extreme position. So we have become extremists. Extreme position, because we reject garbage books. Hey, hey. So they want us to be like them. Yes, just allow the Sunni to loiter around. They are very emotional. You start seeing his emotions, wavering all over the page. Allow the Sunnis to be here. Salam Faizat. The Sunnis are like that.
this movement is something to learn from.
Oh, now they want to learn from us. They said this movement, we are just Muslims. We are part of Islam. We are Muslims. We are just like what the Prophet was. He followed only the Quran. He never followed any other book. So we are following his footsteps. We are Muslims. It's not a movement we created like a cult or something. No, we follow the rules of God, the commands of God. That is what we are following. So when you say movement, what?
Not to ostracize and reject and condemn. There's a very well-known psychological principle. One extreme inspires another extreme. Younger Muslims and the growing number of reverts to Islam really want to hear more about the Quran. Spending a greater majority of our time talking about the Quran, I believe, will resolve a lot of this tension. After all the reverts who come back to Islam and the Muslims who reinvigorate their faith in Islam, they are all typically guided by the Quran, which is the only infallible book in our religion.
Thank you. So the last part, I'm going to clap. We need to applaud you for the last part. So the last part of his speech, he said something amazing, which I agree with the last part. So when you hear what he just said here,
a lot of this tension. After all the reverts who come back to Islam and the Muslims who reinvigorate their faith in Islam, they are all typically guided by the Quran, which is the only infallible book in our religion.
They will hate him for this. The last thing he just said, have you realized that whenever a revert, somebody who reverts to Islam, comes to Islam, they give the person the Quran. They don't give hadith books. They just give Quran. Now, first of all, why do you give the Quran to the person? To do what? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's rethink about this. When somebody reverts to Islam, they give you a copy of the Quran with the translation. Please, why do they do that? Why? No, I thought they said the Quran cannot be understood. The Quran cannot stand on itself. Quran. So why do you just give the Quran to a revert? To do what with it? So now when the revert goes home and read it deeper and comes back and say, no, Quran alone is enough. Kafir, you're going to hell. All of a sudden, the same book you gave to the person. Hey, the Sunnis, I don't know. Temu has to ban you. After accepting hadith, you have to accept tafsirs, then accept scholars, so-called conscience, then consensus, then accept God knows best. Yes, Allahu Alam. Yes, they say God knows best. Allahu Alam. Yes. Hey, Sunnis. Yeah. So the next video. So the first video I played in the beginning, I'll be tackling that video as the last video, right? So now let's go with this guy, the Libyano, the Octodus Mushrik. So Octodus Mushrik is the next.
Let's see what this person has to say. Assalamu alaikum. I want to speak about the place of hadiths in Islam, especially as we grow more educated and learn about them. It's my opinion that hadiths are generally the parts of the religion that pushes away people from Islam. Wow. So one of the foundational pillars of the religion are the reason people are pushed away from Islam. You know what kind of people are pushed away from Islam by hadiths? It's the liberals, it's the sissies and homosexuals, those who are following their whims and desires, the feminists, and everything in between. But let's go ahead and continue. And that has led many to outright rejecting them. To those who reject them, I want to say that I understand where you are coming from, and to not lose hope and succumb to what the Salafis say about following hadiths word for word. What does this have to do with Salafis? Hadiths are a foundational pillar of the faith that are accepted by all the sects of Islam, the Shia, the Mu'tazila, the Rafida, the Ismailis accept hadith, the Zaydis accept hadith, the Ash'aris accept hadith, the Sufis accept hadith, everybody except the Ahmadis who are kuffar accept hadith, everybody accepts hadith. The only people who don't accept hadith are liberal transsexuals and homosexual feminists who are following their desires as their lords. They simply can't cope with the deen that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed. They feel the need to reinterpret it to make it progressive, as this group is called, to make it fit modern society and Western ideology. But we will not bend a knee to these ideologies. We will not sugarcoat our religion for these people to accept it. If you want to become Muslim, you accept it as it is.
By the way, this guy is just, I was told he's 22 years. It's a young kid. It's a kid, bro. He wants to act like a big guy already. I just hope one day I get to meet this guy one-on-one. Yeah. So listen to this Octodus Mushrik. This is the guy they call Libyano, Octodus Mushrik. One time I was doing a stream, I saw him pass by in my stream. He comes. Guys, so that you should know, all the guys out there, you see the popular streamers, the Sunnis, they know who Baba Shribe is. They know correctional officer very, very, very well. I'm telling you. I'm just like the truck. You know that kind of trailer truck, big on the highway. That trailer truck, I'm that kind of truck on the highway. So when they see me, they are the Chihuahua cars. You see, when I say Chihuahua cars, like the Fiats and those small cars, Fiats, give me the names, Citroen and so on. So when they see that trailer truck coming, they move off the road and stand on the side. Yes, that's how these guys are standing. Yeah. I'm telling you. I'm going to crush them, inshallah. When I meet them one-on-one in the dial, I'm going to do that. But the funny part is they will not dare come to my platform. That is what I don't understand. They will not come. They don't have the balls. They just want us to be their fanboys, to come to their platforms and then make their platforms bigger. No. We they will come to our platform. Mark it on the wall, inshallah. Mark it. You will see. They will come to our platforms. And that is when they will ever regret. I'll make them famous. You see how I did to Sadiq Bozo? That's how I'll make them famous. Till they become emotional and weep in their rooms, inshallah. So let's listen to this Octodus Mushrik, this 22-year-old boy.
Let's see what this person has to say. Assalamu alaikum.
You see, he's putting his haram cap, his 50 cents New York. He's writing New York. These same people will tell you Western everything is haram, right? You see his New York cap, huh? That is New York. Huh? Yes, D45, servant of God. Thank you. He is wearing New York, but you see, Baba Shaib correctional officer, they say this is haram. They will tell you this is haram, but theirs is halal. He's wearing 50 cents. You see, 50 cents New York. Yeah. Then they will tell the women, yes, just wear your ninja clothes. That's all you need. Just dress like a ninja. You don't. But have you realized that the hijab and the abaya, they don't have the ones with the slogans New York, like Nike, Adidas. They don't have that type. They should do the same for the ladies also, so that when they wear the ninja, at least you find Adidas and New Yorkers. Anyways, let's listen to this kiddo. Yeah.
Let's see what this person has to say. Assalamu alaikum. I want to speak about the place of hadiths in Islam, especially as we grow more educated and learn about them. It's my opinion that hadiths are generally the parts of the religion that pushes away people from Islam.
Thank you to the questioner. That question is just brilliant. That question is just brilliant. I'm serious. Hadith is the main issue that pushes people away from Islam. I'm not joking with you. Hadith books. That's the main issue people go away from Islam. You find anybody who calls themselves ex-Muslim. You know, I made a program last time about the ex-Muslim issues. Find anybody who calls themselves ex-Muslim. I dare you. Tell them to face Baba Shoaib one-on-one in a dialogue and prove to us where the Quran suggests whatever makes them go out of Islam, where the Quran was actually the issue. You find out they don't know anything from the Quran. It is just the hadith books that cause them to become ex. Yes, ex. They become ex because of the hadith. A lot of them who became ex have no idea what the Quran says. Wallahi, wallahi. A lot of the atheists or ex who became ex not because of the Quran, but because of the hadith. Let me tell you when they start studying the Quran. They only start studying the Quran when they become ex-Muslims. Then now they are trying to use the hadith book to understand the Quran. That's what they do. Then they, in order to create content, to start creating content and have something to say against the Quran. So they will take the tafasirs, the opinions of the scholars of hadith, and then superimposing it on the Quran to tell you, oh, the Quran suggests you should marry 6 years old girl. When you ask them one-on-one, show me where Quran says I should marry. They will say, okay, it doesn't say it, but your scholars say it. Which scholar? The last time I checked, they are the scholars of hadith. You are talking about, not the scholars of the Quran. No.
Wow. So one of the foundational pillars of the religion are the reason people are pushed away.
You see how stupid this boy sounds? He says one of the foundational pillars. Do you see how bozofied they sound? These are the people you listen to on the mainstream, in YouTube and so on. You think they are intellectually inclined? They are bozofied. He says, man, one of the main foundational pillars. Is this guy normal? The Kutubu Sitta, they came 200 years after the Prophet. These books are now the foundational pillars of Islam. Is this kid okay? But they don't listen to themselves. They think they are, intellectually inclined. They are not. They are bozofied. And I will show you how bozofied these people are. This guy is just a kid. We are dealing with Muhammad Hibijibis, who has the 6 degrees, so-called 6 degrees. I can even prove that how bozofied that guy is. How much more this kid. Oh, what happened? My TikTok went off. Don't tell me the bozos are doing that. The bozos are doing that. Look, they took off my TikTok. They took off my TikTok. I'll come back. Let me log in again. They don't like what I'm saying. I will come back. Don't worry. Correctional officer is coming for you, whether you like it or not. Yeah, sorry guys. My TikTok just got disconnected. I think because I called them too much. The bozo was too much. Because the bozo I called these mushriks, they don't like it. So somehow I don't know what they did. It went off. Okay, anyway. So let's go. Let's continue with the kid. The kiddo.
From Islam. You know what kind of people are pushed away from Islam by hadiths? It's the liberals.
Check what he's going to do. He says, do you know which kind of people are pushed away by the hadith? He started by saying the liberals.
It's the sissies and
It's the sissies,
homosexuals,
the homosexuals,
those who are following their whims and desires,
those who are following their whims and desires, the what?
feminists,
The feminists, and
everything in between. But
everything in between. Is this a jab or not? Ladies and gentlemen, just be honest in the comment section. Is this guy throwing a jab or not? Ladies and gentlemen, in the comment section, Milano, yeah, salam. Is this guy, this young kid, is he throwing a jab at us or not? You be honest. So when I'm coming to these foolish and bozofied kids, you say Baba Shaib is mean, eh? Do you see how they throw jabs? Yeah. He's throwing jabs, right? So this is how they classify us. That, oh, we are the homosexuals, we are the feminists, we are the... You see how he categorizes us? Yeah. Thank you, Octodos Mushrik. You see, the biggest word I call these guys for them to feel pained is when I call them mushriks. They hate it so badly. I'm telling you, Baba Shraib. When I call them mushriks, it hurts them more than any other word I call them. Look, did you listen to my conversation with Siddiq Bozo? This guy foolishly said to call somebody a madman, compared to calling somebody stupid. Calling somebody stupid is greater than calling somebody a madman. Ladies and gentlemen, throughout the Quran, the pagans, did they ever call the prophet stupid in the Quran? Has anybody ever called the prophet stupid? The answer is no. The greatest word the pagans used against the prophet was a madman. That's the highest form of insult you can ever insult somebody in this whole wild world. To say the person is a lunatic is crazy. Because the moment you are classified a lunatic, that means nobody should take the iota of what you say seriously. It means you are not classified sane again. That is the highest form of insult. But you see how bozofied the mushriks are. They will go to the extent to look you in the eye and lie because, yes, they don't want to be termed as guilty. So the guy, that's why I put it on the video, to show his other colleagues, to show how bozofied these kind of people are intellectually. No Sunni, mark it on no Sunni will make sense in front of the correctional officer. You mark it, check my videos. No Sunni will ever make sense in front of the correctional officer. God bear me witness. Mark it on the wall and keep checking my videos. And when I open the phone lines, let the Sunnis call and see if you ever have a Sunni making sense. That's why I replay the video to show the world how bozofied they are in the head. This is why they are scared of one-on-one intellectual discussion. You tell me one Sunni who has ever had an intellectual dialogue with a Quran alone follower. Unless they go to Hyde Park, Speaker's Corner, and find a random Quran alone follower and say, hey, then Muhammad Ijaz said, oh, I debated one of them. Who did you debate? Who?
Let's go ahead and continue. And that has led many to outright rejecting them. To those who reject them, I want to say that I understand where you're coming from, and to not lose hope and succumb to what the Salafis say about following hadiths word for word. What does this have to do with Salafis?
Oh my God, Libyano. He says, what does it have to do? Please, If you want to check online, look for the Salafi scholars. They are the extremists among the Sunnis. They are the ones who classify people kafir. Like Asim al-Hakim is a Salafi. The Salafis are very, very extreme in the Sunni cult. They are the ones who normally come out to say kafir, Quran alone, kafir, they are going to hell. That is the Salafis. So among the Sunnis, they have the Wahhabis, they have the Sufis, they have the Salafis, they have the Muhammadans and so on. Among the Sunnis, they are categorized. Yes, if you don't know, understand that. Salam, Liman Imran. Yes. So Salafis are the most extreme in terms of takfiring people in the Sunni cult. Now, this guy, the issue is being addressed to you, the Libyano guy. This issue is being presented. And then you are saying, why are you mentioning the Salafis? When you were just categorizing people, you said people who reject Hadith are the liberals, are the feminists, are the homosexuals, are the sissies, are the so on. Is that not categorization you are doing? So somebody is categorizing Salafis among the Sunnis to pass on a judgment, and you say what? Yeah, Salam Radmon Farid.
Hadiths are a foundational pillar of the faith.
You are stupid. You, Libyano, you are very stupid for that statement. Yeah, very, very stupid. I wish I would have you one-on-one to ask you the question, where did he become a foundational pillar? When? Did he come as foundational pillar with the Quran? These bozos don't listen to themselves. I'm serious. Hey, listen to the bozo. He's saying it confidently with his New York cap.
That are accepted by all the sects of Islam.
And he's even mentioning sects. The sect of Islam. Quran chapter 6 verse 159. God says no sects. Those who divide their religion and become sects are not with the prophet in anything. Quran chapter 30 verse 31 to 32. Min allazina farraqu dinahum wa kanu shi'a. Then he says what? Kullu hizb bima ladayhim farihun. So being as part of a sect is haram in Islam. And he is even proudly saying all the sects in Islam accept it. Bozo. I think he's talking about insect. No insect.
Shia, the Mu'tazila, the Rafida, the Ismailis accept Hadith, the Zaydis accept Hadith, the Ash'aris accept Hadith.
He's going on to mention the mushrik list, the list of mushriks. He's mentioned all of them. He's doing us a favor. He gives you the list so that you know the mushriks among all the so-called Muslims. They are mushriks, the Sunnis, the Rafida, the Mu'tazila, the whatever, the la, he's mentioning. They are mushriks. Let's go.
Hadith. The Sufis accept Hadith. Everybody except the Ahmadis were kuffar except.
Oh, he even gave Ahmadis a tap on the back, and then he insulted them again. He said the Ahmadis even accept Hadith, but they are kuffar. Oh my God. These people cannot be taken seriously. I'm serious. So even you have kuffars accepting your hadith. He's mentioning all the Mushrik Hall of Fame, Zardios. That is the right statement. He mentioned all the Mushrik Hall of Fames. Then he called one of them kafirs. Hey! Guys, I'm sorry if you see me talking about these mushriks and I'm laughing. They are clowns. They are comedians. They cannot be taken seriously, to be honest. No, I'm not joking. Look, it's not like because I want to laugh. It's funny. It's ridiculous. I need to laugh. I'm gone past that stage where I have to be angry. Like, They are funny. He's mentioned in the Hall of Fame. Yes, Donald Trump is a honest man in front of these mushriks. Donald Trump is very honest compared to the mushriks. I'm serious. Donald Trump is a honest man compared to them.
Hadith. Everybody accepts hadith. The only people who don't accept hadith are liberal, transsexual.
You see? So that's a jab again against us, right? Liberals, transsexuals, homosexuals, feminists. He's mentioned the list.
And homosexual feminists who are following their desires as their lords. They simply can't cope with the deen that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed.
So God revealed the Quran and the Hadith books. We simply cannot cope with the deen, the religion God revealed. The last time I checked Quran chapter 5 verse 3, God says, Al-yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum wa atmamtu alaykum nimati wa raditu lakum al-islam dina. He says, this day, today, I've completed your religion for you, and I've perfected my blessings upon you, and I've approved Islam as a religion for you. He gave you the book, which is complete, Quran chapter 6, verse 114 to 115, which should be used for judgment. You can't seek a judge other than God, because God is sufficient as a judge for you. So this is where we take our deen from. Then you said, what? What?
They feel the need to reinterpret it to make it progressive, as this group is called, to make it fit modern society and Western ideology. But
is this guy a fool? He says to make the Quran fit the modern society. So the Quran is a colloquial book. It only has to deal with the ancient issues. So which means then we should throw it away, right? Is this guy a fool or what? Oh, yeah, he's a kid. Yeah, he's a kid. He said we are trying to make it fit modern society. So the Quran is not fit for the modern society. These people, do they listen to themselves? No, I don't think they do. They don't. No, they don't.
We will not bend the knee to these ideologies.
Yeah, the mushriks, I know. Mushriks will not bend the knee to that. Yeah, I know. To the truth of the Quran.
We will not sugarcoat our religion for these people to accept it. If you want to become Muslim, you accept it as it is.
As it is. If you want to be a Muslim, you say, that's the Quran. That's how it is originally. Without tampering with it. That is how to be a Muslim. Accept it as it is by the Quran. That is how to be a Muslim. The time will come, inshallah. I'll get these people in an intellectual discussion. We get to see how competent they are. And I'll prove to you how incompetent they are. Okay, let's go with my favorite Korata. Ladies and gentlemen, applaud for Kora. Let's give Kora a round of applause. Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, Kora. A round of applause for Kora. Kora is here. Kora the ninja. Today she's wearing black ninja. In Mortal Kombat, who is wearing black? Noob Cybot. Yes. Today, Kora is Noob Cybot in Mortal Kombat. If you don't know, Google it and see. There is a ninja called Noob Cybot in Mortal Kombat. I'm not joking. Kora has to be an ambassador for the movie Mortal Kombat. She represents all the ninjas in Mortal Kombat. Last time she was Sub-Zero. She went to become Rain. And now she's Noob Cybot. And then very soon she'll be wearing red. So when she wears red is Ermac. There's a ninja called Ermac. And the next time she wears yellow, it will be Scorpion. So she represents all the ninjas in Mortal Kombat. I'm not joking. You think I'm joking? You guys don't know. Wallahi, it's not a joke. Go and Google it if you think I'm lying. That is Korah the ninja, the Sunni ninja. Anyways, let's go. She's going to talk about Hadith rejectors. Let's continue. Username, yes, it's not wrong. I'm being honest, right? And when she wears green, it's called reptile. There's a ninja called reptile. He wears green ninja. So she represents all the ninjas in Mortal Kombat. I'm not joking. Please. It's my childhood favorite game, by the way. When I was a child, that was my favorite game. So yes, I know all the ninjas in that video game. Anyways, let's go. Let's listen to Noob Saibot. Yes, one day she'll wear yellow. I like the way she dresses, by the way, with the colors. Korah is very good at using colors in a dress. It's a nice, she's a nice role model for the ninjas, future ninjas.
The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam prophesies truly, and he has well attested to miracles, all which are encompassed within the hadith. So without the hadith,
yeah, ladies and gentlemen, including the one which he wanted to poop and the tree came to cover his backside. Yes, that's the miracle they have in the hadith books. They say the Prophet called the tree to come and cover when he wanted to poop. That's how they insult the Prophet in their garbage books, and they call that a miracle. So they say all the miracles of the Prophet is encompassed only in the hadith book, not in the Quran. Sunnis, why? What have you done to Korah? Oh my God. Anyways, let's go.
Miracles, all which are encompassed within the hadith. So without the hadith, we can't validate the trustworthiness of the messenger.
Because of miracle. So, ladies and gentlemen, Korah says, without the hadith, we cannot validate the trustworthiness of the messengers. How's good allow it? Shit. I told you, don't let this girl get married. Yet. Wallahi, if she gets married, it's a problem. Please, let her stay away from all men till we fix her. She says we can only validate the trustworthiness of the messenger by accessing the hadith books based on his miracles. That is when we can validate his trustworthiness. Hey, my God. Oh. Oh. Hey, and these people are making sense. Hey, and they are. Hey, Korah, no wonder the Christians like Korah. Korah. Hey, she's making sense. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm amazed. She's. Hey. Oh my God. My stomach is aching. Oh my God. Like how? Somebody says she's a Robocop. Oh, Korah. So this is the girl they say she's making sense. Okay, I was told she's 19. Or is it 19 or 22? I don't know. Give me the correct age. I was told she's 19. Is it 19 or 22? Korah. So Korah, let's. Korah, I'm sorry. I need to laugh. You sound funny. Brad Junior says she is currently the best Christian apologist after Junior retirement. Hey, Korah, she's amazing. Like, Korah is 19. Yes, I thought as much. Let me start over.
To remember, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam prophesies truly, and he has well attested to miracles, all which are encompassed within the hadith. So without the hadith, we can't validate the trustworthiness of the messenger. We can't validate the prophethood of the messenger. And we know nothing about the messenger. How can you claim?
Oh my God. Oh. Has this girl ever read chapter 93 of the Quran? It tells you about the prophet literally. والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يؤتيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فهوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما سائلا فلا تنهر وأما فأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. That is chapter 93 from verse 1 to verse 11. Clearly tells you about a prophet, that he was even an orphan and God gave him shelter. He was needy and God made him self-sufficient. That is literally about a prophet, telling you his life in a summary. You don't need too much details when you are told somebody was grew up as an orphan. What much details do you need? What do you mean the Quran gives us nothing about the prophet? Why, what? Oh my God. How will he mean? Yes. No problem, Tom. To all those who have sent me the emails, I didn't get the time to go through. I'll get back to you. I've been checking some of the emails which were sent to me from May and June. I'll get back to you in case you send me any email you didn't hear from me. Exercise some patience. The list is very big, so I'm going through the emails. I'll get back to you, inshallah. So I appreciate you. Thank you. But Cora, let's go. I'm starting to get headache.
To love the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, when you do not even know the man. Now, the second argument is going to be a little bit more intricate, so we're going to have to pay attention and you guys are going to have to walk with me. Now, we all know, since we accept Hadith, I would assume, the people that
we all know since we accept Hadith. Really? Okay.
are watching, even though there are going to be people that are watching that don't accept Hadith. Now, people who do accept Hadith, we know that Jibreel revealed the Quran to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in 7 different modes.
Really? Where does it say that in the Quran? Really? Where does it say in the Quran that Jibreel revealed the Quran to the Prophet in 7 different modes? Where? Ladies and gentlemen, I translated the Quran. I've never seen that such a verse where it says the Jibreel revealed the Quran to the Prophet in 7 different versions. I beg to differ, but please help me out. Kora, I don't know when you became a Muslim, but Kora, I was told you became a revert 2 years or 1 year, and all of a sudden you are just on the internet. But please, Kora, when?
7 different modes of recitation. What does that mean? That means that the Quran was revealed with 7 different correct manners of recitation.
Really? Ah. I didn't know that. Really? I didn't know that. Guys, did you know that? Does it say that anywhere in the Quran? Really? Hey.
And that is exactly why when we see Hafs and we see Warsh and we see that there are differences between the way the two are recited.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me show you the fallacy in their argument when they tell you there are 7 different versions. You see, the versions, the names only were given in the later centuries. Hafs version, Warsh version, Al-Durri, Kufa, and so on. Now, let me tell you something. If she's saying that the angel Gabriel gave the prophet 7 different versions, when he gave at the time he gave the prophet, what was the name of the versions? Because Hafs came way 200 years, 300 years after the prophet. That's when Hafs came. So now, if you said that the 7 versions, and you mentioned the name Hafs, Warsh, all these entities came way after, centuries after the prophet, right? When the 7 versions were revealed to the prophet, what was the name of the modes? Write it down. Ask any Sunni who tells you there are 7 versions. Please write it down. Any Sunni who tells you 7 moods of the Quran were revealed to the Prophet, just politely ask them, when it was revealed to the Prophet, what was the names of those versions? When it was revealed to the Prophet, what was the names? Please do that, and you see how bamboozled and flabbergasted they become in front of you. Now listen to Sambozo in the comment section. Doesn't understand what version is. He says recitation, not version. Don't make up things. He says recitation. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think this guy understands what, when we are talking about versions, he doesn't understand what a version is. We are talking about something, listen, a written work that has been recast in a new form. That is what we call a version. That recitation you are talking about, the Hafs recitation, is it the same as the Warsh recitation? That is, you see, Sunnis are so bozzified, so foolish, like intellect they don't have, rationality they don't have. When we are talking about version, it's the same as the recitation you are talking about. It's a version because it's not the same. So the moment there is some difference, that becomes a version. That doesn't become the same thing. You guys are so bozzified and you think you are intellectual. You face me. Be a man. When I open the phone line, I will show you how bozzified you Sunnis are. Be a man. Don't be in the comment section typing gibberish. They take you to school to learn intellect. You go and learn memorization. Foolish people. Face a correctional officer and let's see how intellectual you are.
We as Sunni Muslims don't have a problem. Why? Because we know with certainty that the Quran was revealed in such a manner. And where do we get this from? We get it from the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu.
Now she is telling you where she got it from. She is telling you where she got this gibberish statement from. They got it from the hadith of the who? Allegedly attributing it to the Prophet. As if the Prophet gave them Quran like this and gave them hadith and say, this is my hadith book, take it. Ladies and gentlemen, Sahih al-Bukhari 5669. Write it down. I want to tell you something. Sahih al-Bukhari 5669. Write it down. According to the Sunnis, when the Prophet was dying on his deathbed, he told his people to bring him a paper and a pen so that he can write something for them that they will not go astray. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this foolish hadith narration. So, if the hadith book was present at that time before he died, if the hadith books they claim was present, was there, and the Quran was also there, because Umar told them the Quran is there, Hasbuna Kitabullah. He says the Quran is enough. That's what Umar said, according to this garbage hadith. So if that is the case, listen carefully. That means there is the Quran and the hadith at that time, but the Prophet still told them, bring a paper and a pen. Let me write something for you which you will not go astray. So ladies and gentlemen, irrespective of the Quran being available, irrespective of the garbage hadith still being available, the people are bound to go astray because the Prophet has to still write something again. I'm not joking. The hadith is there. Look, I'm just teaching you how to ask these bozos questions that will not make them come back and speak nonsense to your faces. Look, away with that kind of question when they say, if you reject the hadith, how do you pray? Tell them, let's start over. Let's go with the source of guidance. Let's talk about guidance first. We will come to the prayer. Don't worry. Don't worry. We will come to the prayer. Let's go and see the source of guidance first. Let's go and examine source of guidance. That's where you see Sunnis running away from you. Let me tell you the best argument Sunnis can have against you. The Sunnis will say, the versions of the Quran, which one do you use? Or the Sunni will say, how do you pray? Or the Sunnis will say, why you don't know how to recite the Quran like the way they do? Because they have been taught tajweed, which the Prophet never taught anybody. Prophet never taught anybody tajweed. Do you see these 3 arguments? That's what the Sunnis will use the most against you. Which version of the Quran are you using? How do you pray? And then your recitation of the Quran, they say you don't recite like them. These three. That's the Sunnis' biggest argument. Tell them, let's put all this aside. Let's talk about the source of guidance. That is when you see how bozofied they have.
Now, if we come to a hadith rejector and we say we have 10 qira'at, widespread all over the world, 10 different ways in which you can recite the Quran.
Ladies and gentlemen, I thought she said 7. Ladies and gentlemen, didn't she say 7 modes already? How did the 7 become 10? Because the Sunnis themselves, they are not consistent in their logic, right? I want to show you inconsistency in their logic. Watch.
From the Sunni Muslims' perspective.
Thank you for making it easy. You see what she said? She didn't say from the Muslims' perspective, from a Sunni mushrik perspective. Thank you, Kora, for making it easy.
They are all correct.
Thank you. So from the Sunni mushrik's perspective, they are all correct. It wasn't the Prophet who made it all correct. Nowhere in the Quran can they prove different versions were given. According to the Quran, only one version was given to the Prophet, chapter 10, verse 15 to 16. Write it down. If anybody tells you there are different versions of the Quran, tell them how come the Prophet only had one version according to the Quran. Chapter 10, verse 15 to 16. If anybody tells you there are 10 or 7 or 12 different versions of the Quran, just tell them how come the Prophet had one version of the Quran. Chapter 10, verse 15 to 16. How come he had only one version? If anybody tells you, especially this is a Sunni argument, Sunnis like to tell you there are different versions of the Quran, there are different recitations of the Quran, there are different modes of the Quran. You just quote chapter 10, verse 15 to 16 and let the Sunni translate it for you. Then now ask them, how come the Prophet was telling them he cannot change the Quran spontaneously by himself? Because his people were telling him, bring a Quran other than this, and that this use is in a singular form, pronoun, to attribute the Quran. This. So bring a Quran other than this, THIS. 1, not 2, not 3. Then the Prophet now answered by saying, قُلْ مَا يَكُونُ لِي أَنْ أُبَدِّلَهُ مِنْ تِلْكَ نَفْسِي. I cannot change it spontaneously by myself. 1. He wasn't given 2 versions, 3 versions, 4 versions, 7 versions. When people tell you, okay, how come today we have versions, people can formulate their own versions. However, come to the correctional officer. I will show you the correct one version given to the Prophet. Let them face me in a debate. I will show them the one correct version given to the Prophet. It's only one version, not 2, not 3. It is the Sunni's perspective. I just made it clear. Listen to Korah. Listen to the Korah.
Now, if we come to a hadith rejector and we say we have 10 qira'at, widespread all over the world, 10 different ways in which you can recite the Quran. From the Sunni Muslims' perspective, they are all correct.
Thank you. This is the Sunni doctrine. This is their doctrine. And this is their perspective and understanding that there are versions of the Quran. And they are the ones validating it. Listen carefully, not the Prophet validating those versions for them. It is them validating those versions for themselves to cause confusion. So all these versions they formulated, it contradicts chapter 10, verse 15 to 16. All these versions are trash, except one. And that is what they call the Hafs version. And they know it. That is the most popular version in the whole world, Hafs version. They the Sunnis themselves know it. Forget about if they play the game of semantic to start bringing in meaning and say, oh, you see, if I read it like this, is it correct? Is it? Akhi, stop that nonsense. Don't do it. You cannot do that nonsense with correction officer. I dare you, the mushriks, find me one-on-one and play that nonsense with me and see how I will set you up in flames for people to see your ass smoking like a barbecue. You, the Sunnis.
Every single one. No issue. You can recite all of them. From a hadith rejector's perspective, because they can't use the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam where Jibreel revealed it in 7 modes, how do they not just...
What is she saying? This girl just loves talking. Muhammad Lee, when I open the phone lines, I want to ask you, the Sunnis, what is the difference between a recitation and a version? Ladies and gentlemen, when I open the phone line, watch the Sunnis make heebie-jeebies of themselves when they are explaining to you. They don't understand the meaning, difference between a version and a recitation. The moment a recitation is different from another recitation, it becomes a version. You guys, I don't know which type of English Sunnis don't understand. I'm serious. No. Muhammad Lay, I'm not saying you are a Sunni. No. It is the question you ask. It made me realize the Sunnis are thinking that way. So I didn't say you. I'm saying the Sunnis, whenever you say version, they are saying, no, I didn't say version, I said recitation. They don't even know the difference between recitation and version. They don't know. The moment you have a different recitation from another one, it becomes another version. And they don't know that form of English. And that is why when Sunnis, let me show you one secret when you are listening to a Sunni. Sunnis like to Arabize the English language. Whenever they are talking about something, they will use the word hijab. They will use the word you have to follow the sunnah. You have to follow, you have come and follow the Aqidah. They like using Arabic words in English just to make you feel like, how will I say? What's the right word I should use? They want you to be induced with their version of knowledge in Arabic language. So when a Sunni comes to me, for instance, and say, do you follow hadith? And I say, yes. And I asked him, which hadith? Then now he wants to play the game of semantic. Then he will start saying, hey, you know, when we the Sunnis, when we say hadith, we mean the actions and the silence and the flying and the pooping of the Prophet. That is what we meant about the hadith. My guy, your garbage hadith and the Quran, which one came first? Is it not the Quran? So which one has the power to determine what a word means? What kind of bozos do we have out there calling themselves what? Seven modes, but they are 10 verses and they are all in one essence as Quran. Does this remind you of Trinity hoax? Perfectly. Perfectly. Abu Suleiman, thank you for this. Perfectly said. That is how the Trinity hoax work. By the way, I saw God Logic watching me somewhere. Let me see. Is he watching me here? God Logic, I saw you watching me on TikTok. God Logic. Okay, he left. God Logic, I wanted to talk about Trinity, but you left. It's okay. So, yes. You see, when the Sunnis are dealing with the recitation hoax, the 7 versions, 10 versions, and whatever, it's just like a Christian explaining to you the Trinity. Like, ask a Christian, is Jesus God? They will say he's 100% God and 100% man. How does he become 100% at the same time? Okay, they will say he's God, so you cannot understand. No problem. But Jesus died according to you for 3 days. So when he died, where was he after he died? When he died, did he die as a God or as a human? So, okay, if when he died as a human, where was he now? Because he died in the flesh or in the spirit. Because if you say he's not dead, then it means he didn't die. You should stop writing he's dead for 3 days. And that 3 days, if you count, it's not even 3 days. There's a contradiction there. It's not fully 3 days. But when Jesus died, where was he? Where did he go now? So they killed a god, and the god died, and he was on holiday. Because where was his soul? Where did the soul go? I don't know. So Jesus died for 3 days, and he was where? I don't understand where. No Christian knows this answer. Where Jesus was when he died 3 days. Where did he go? So he died, but he was still alive. So he didn't die then. Guys, help me out. My brain is brainy. Please help me in the comment section. My brain is trying to brain, but it's not brainy. It's not working on. They say Jesus is 100% man and 100% God. And according to them, he died for 3 days. So when he died, where was he now? He was still alive. So that means he's not dead. They will say, oh, he died as a human. The body died. The soul didn't die. Show me where he says the body. Hey. But I'm sorry, it makes sense to Christians, so it's okay. That's how Sunnis try to explain the versions and the moods and whatever. Anyways, let's continue.
Just think the Quran is corrupted. Why isn't the Quran now in the same exact category as the Bible according to these people's logic? If we aren't going to use the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that shows that the Quran was revealed with variations, different ways of recitation, all of them being correct, then hadith rejectors put themselves in the line of fire to where people can make the argument that their holy book, the Quran, was corrupted by the hands of mankind. Isn't the Quran now in the same exact category as the Bible according to these people's logic? If we aren't going to use the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that shows that the Quran was revealed with variations.
So we have to, the hadith becomes the lawyer of the Quran. We have to use the hadith books to justify the validity of the Quran. So what do we now use to validate the hadith? We have to use hadith books to validate the Quran, right? Okay. So when we use the hadith to validate the Quran, what are we going to now use to validate the hadith? We use hadith science. I love this answer. We use the microscope. Hadith science. You see, the funny part is the irony of this is Sunnis, when they think they are making an extreme level of sense in their argument, is ridiculous how they reason. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyways, Korah, let's go.
Hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that shows that the Quran was revealed with variations, different ways of recitation, all of them being correct, then hadith rejectors put themselves in the line of fire to where people can make the argument that their holy book, the Quran, was corrupted by the hands of mankind. And in what world is any Muslim going to accept that? Allah explicitly says in the Quran that He is the one who revealed the book and He is the one that's going to protect it. So then why are we contradicting the words of Allah? Allah said He was going to preserve it. And if we don't use the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, this looks like it's corrupted.
Guys, are you listening to an argument? Which means without the hadith, the Quran is corrupted. Are you listening to an argument? Without the hadith books, the Quran looks like it's corrupted. Can you hear her? Did you hear what I just heard? Am I using a different ear plug? I need to change my ear. Help me out. Ha, Korah. Guys, Korah crashed my live session. It crashed. Yeah, it crashed. She crashed my computer. Now it's back. It's back. Seriously. She's intelligent bozo. Yes, that's the correct word. Text. That's the correct word to use. Korah is intelligent, an intelligent bozo. Like, she thinks she's smart. The way she's talking. Please advise her not to get married yet. Something needs to be fixed first before she gets married. It will be a problem for the man at home. Please, let's fix Korah.
And in what world is any Muslim going to accept that? Allah explicitly says in the Quran that He is the one who revealed the book and He is the one that's going to protect it. So then why are we contradicting the words of Allah? Allah said He was going to preserve it. And if we don't use the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, this looks like it's corrupted.
If she listened to herself, she said God is going to protect it. God is... Then she said, if we don't use the hadith, the Quran looks like it's corrupted. Oh, I need a new brain. This one is full. Oh my God. What did she say? I need a new brain. I'm serious. Hey, help me to understand this. Hey. Oh my God. Her logic is kaput. Yes, Mariam. She's making her logic sound worse. I'm serious. Like the Sunnis, like when they are talking, like let me show you something. When Sunnis are talking, they don't listen to themselves. That the ear plug is blocked. So when they say things, they just love speaking. So they don't listen when they are speaking. So even if they are speaking bozo, like how would I say, the dumbest of speech, that is why they look. Let me show you the secret of the Sunnis. That's why they play the nasheed. You see the nasheed at the back? Yeah, it blocks the ear so that they don't so that they don't hear. So they don't hear their own BS when they are speaking. I'm serious. That's why I gave you the clue. When you are listening to the Sunnis and they play nasheed, be warned. You have to block your ear when you hear them speaking with the nasheed. That is the time they say the dumbest BS ever. So be warned. Korah will have sounded beautifully if she was using nasheed. I'm telling you. If the nasheed was playing whilst Korah was speaking, it will have been beautiful. But because there is no, that's why we are exposing her easily. Hey! Guys, I swear to God, I need to have a one-on-one discussion with Korah. Yes, I need to have a discussion with Korah. I need to work that way out. I need to talk to Korah. I hope she doesn't become emotional from the videos I did on her. Yes, because I didn't have mercy for her. But I need to have a discussion with Korah. Somebody says Korah will cook you. Yes, she's a chef. I understand. In bozoness, she will like intellectual bozo brain will cook me. That I agree. No problem. Korah will cook me with what? Please help me out. BJ Junior. Korah will cook me with what? Which brain? Which one? Tell me. This brain? No, not this one. We need the AI version of Korah. Help me out. BJ. You said Korah will cook me with what? She's a chef in bozoness. That's how she can cook me with the bozofied brain. She's going to cook. Imagine if somebody doesn't know how to cook and is in the kitchen. What do you expect from that person? What is the person going to cook? Somebody said 3 shawarma bread. Oh my God, Korah. I just like your confidence. By the way, let's continue with Korah.
It looks like it. However, alhamdulillah, from the Sunni Muslim perspective, we know that the Quran was revealed in such a manner, therefore it cannot fall into the definition of corruption. Because
because of the hadith.
Corruption is alterations done by the hands of somebody who is not the author. We believe that Allah revealed the Quran as such via the authentic hadith. And a hadith rejected
Allah revealed the Quran what?
the author. We believe that Allah revealed the Quran as such via the authentic hadith. And a hadith rejected
Allah revealed the Quran as such via the authentic hadith. God revealed the Quran as such via the authentic hadith. Oh, God, Quran. Oh my God, Quran. Quran. Listen to somebody's comment. Let's read this comment. BJ Junior 5020 says, seems like you jealous of her because she's going viral and defending Allah's religion. Oh, Baba Tribe is jealous of Korah defending God's religion. Oh, Baba Tribe, you are jealous of Korah. Baba Tribe is jealous of Korah defending God's religion. Baba Tribe, why are you jealous? Baba Tribe, why are you jealous of Korah? Baba Tribe is jealous of Korah. Okay. It's okay. I don't know what to say. He said, I'm jealous of Korah because Korah is going viral by defending God's religion. Okay. It's okay.
would never be
It's
able
okay.
to
I
make
mean,
that
it's fine.
statement.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't know anything to say about that. I just need to find my tissue to wipe my tears. I will not be jealous of her, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not going to be jealous of her. Okay, I'm done with Korah. I'm not going to be jealous. Okay, it's okay. Let's go to the next person before you say I'm jealous of Korah. It's okay. Let's go to the next person. Who is the next mushrik here? Let me see. This guy. Yeah, this guy. I saw his video. It's called Basic. Is it Basic Mushrik? The Basic. He called himself Basic Mushrik. Basic Muslim. Sorry. Is he Basic Mushrik? Basic Muslim, but he's Mushrik, by the way. So let's listen to him also.
The Imam right now in Salatul Isha, he recited some verses that really made me think about the Hadith rejectors.
This guy. Can these guys give us a break, please? So you are in the Salat. Imam is reciting a verse, chapter, and then you remember this. Hey, where is Akrobetu? Please help me out. Can you imagine? This guy is so obsessed with us. He even remembers us in his Salah. He is in his prayer and he's remembering us. Whilst the Imam is reciting his verses. Is that how obsessed the Sunnis can become now? Yeah, they are feeling the heat, Anas. That is the reality. They're feeling the heat very, very much. I'm telling you, the Sunnis, because we are showing the world how bozofied they are. So it's paining them. I'm serious. He went to pray and he's thinking of Quran alone. What? You listen to what this guy said.
The Imam right now in Salatul Isha, he recited some verses that really made me think about the Hadith rejectors. What were the ayat that he recited? It was, and the day when the wrongdoer will bite his hands in regret and he will say, woe to me, had I taken a path with the messenger.
Oh, really? Do you remember? Are you familiar with the verse he's talking about in Quran chapter 25? Do you remember the verse? Guys, yeah, the silence, Baba. I have to do that to them. Do you remember? This verse he's quoting is found in Quran chapter 25, verse 27 to verse 30. When I did a rebuttal against the Dr. Strange, guys, do you remember when I did a rebuttal against what Dr. Strange? That was the verse he brought for his argument. Chapter 25, verse 27 to verse 30. Right? Do you remember that? Okay. So this guy said he just kept thinking about us in his salah because the imam brought the verses up. So then he's just thinking about that. Let's see his argument. Then I'm going to show you how the Sunnis are not actually paying close attention to themselves.
He recited some verses that really made me think about the hadith rejectors. What were the ayat that he recited? It was, and the day when the wrongdoer will bite his hands in regret, and he will say, woe to me, had I taken a path with the messenger. A path with the messenger. Okay? Now think about how they reject the statements and the hadith of Prophet ﷺ, and they come up with all the feeble excuses for why they do it. Right? Bearing in mind that the same people that brought the Quran are the same people that passed down the hadith as well. Yeah? And then the ayah continues. Oh, woe to me, ya waylata laytani, had I not taken such and such person as a friend. Subhanallah, I want you to think about who a lot of these hadith rejectors take as their online friends and they become close to. Subhanallah, had I not taken that person as a friend, he led me astray. لَقَدْ أَضَلَّنِي, the ayah continues, led me astray from the reminder. What is the reminder? This person led me astray from the Quran. Why? Because the Quran tells you to follow the Prophet. It doesn't just say follow what's in the Quran. Allah says, subhanallah, follow the Prophet. So that's how the hadith rejectors, subhanallah, they help each other to turn away from the Quran. And then they claim that they are followers of the Quran. Subhanallah. And then Allah says at the end that indeed shaitan is ever to man a deserter. He'd leave you. Subhanallah, may Allah protect us.
So, guys, the Hadithiyuns, they want to save us. They want to help us. They care so much about us. They want to be. They care, but guys. They love us. They care so much about us. They want to save us from hellfire, right? So here is one Hadith Mushrik. He's called Basic Mushrik on TikTok. Basic Muslim. I don't call them Muslims. They are Mushriks, by the way, because they love the Hadith. So they are obsessed with Hadith garbage books. I don't know why. So when it comes to the pedophilia act and all that, they get it from their Hadith books. So they like that very much, right? Okay. So now, listen.
The Imam right now in Salatul Isha, he recited some verses that really made me think about the hadith rejectors. What was
That's the name they are giving us, Hadith rejectors. To them, they said they think it's an insult. Hadith rejectors. That is when they call you Hadith rejectors. Please, if you don't have my collection of the Dark Hadith PDF, try to get a copy. It's free. Dark Hadith. Use any of the random Hadiths mentioned there. Give it to any Sunni. There in front of you, they will reject the Hadith. Right? That if they are kaput in the head, they will not see anything wrong with the Hadith. But if they are actually a little bit intellectually inclined, you will see them rejecting the Hadith in front of you. You give them, just quote one for them and give them. Yes, Anas, just inbox me on TikTok. I will send you a copy, right? The PDF. Now, when you use one quote of the Hadith to give it to them, you realize the Sunni will be rejecting the Hadith in your front. Just in front of you, they will reject it. I'm serious. I've tried it on YouTube. A lot of people watch my discussion. They will reject it in your front. They will tell you this Sahih, I doubt it. I don't agree. Okay. Now, so what they do is Let me tell you what the Sunnis do. From what this guy is saying, his problem is they call us hadith rejectors. No problem. We accept it. Call us hadith rejectors. It's okay. But they are the biggest hadith rejectors. Yes, they are the biggest hadith rejectors. But let's see what he has to say.
What were the ayat that he recited? It was, and the day when the wrongdoer will bite his hands in regret, and he will say, woe to me, had I taken a path with the messenger. A path with the messenger. Okay? Now think about how.
So I'm going to show you how he misquotes that verse. I'm putting the verse on the screen to show you that he's rather misquoting the verse to suit his agenda. That verse is not in his favor. I'm serious. The verse he is quoting is not in his favor. This is Surah Al-Furqan, chapter 25, verse 27 to verse 30. I'm going to put the verse on the screen to show you how bozofied these people are when it comes to the verses of God. They don't even know the verses of the Quran. So now let me put the verse on the screen. Then you yourself will see the problem with these bozos, what they do with the verses of God. So Quran chapter 25, verse 27 to verse 30. This is the verse. It is the day a transgressor will bite on his hands, saying, oh, if only I had taken away with the messenger. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the way with the messenger? Quran chapter 12, verse 108. Write it down. Write the way. I want to show you the way with the messenger. Chapter 12, verse 108. Write it down, ladies and gentlemen. The way with the messenger. Chapter 12, verse 108. Let's see, where are we going to find the way? Is it outside the Quran or is it in the Quran? Chapter 12, verse 108. Write it down. It's important. Now, this is what the verse says. He says, Kul hazi sabili adu'u ilallah ala basiratin ana wa man ittaba'ani wa subhanallahi wa ma ana minal mushrikeen. He says, say, this is my way. I invite to Allah by perception. I and whoever follows me, and glory be to Allah, for I am not among the mushriks. This is the way of the messenger. This is the sabil the messenger followed. So this is what he wants you to also follow when you follow him. It is not coming to follow another way. That's why he says sabili. That is one way, my way, one. It doesn't say subula. Now, going back to chapter 12, chapter 25, verse 27 to what? To 30. Now check how the Sunnis like to misquote the verses of the Quran to suit their agenda. Now back to the verse. It says, it is the day a transgressor will bite on his hands, saying, if only, if only I had taken away with the messenger. Then it continues. Verse 28. Oh, woe to me, if only I had not taken so and so as a friend. Verse 29. He has suddenly diverted me from the remembrance, as zikra, which is found in the Quran, chapter 38, verse 1. Swad, while the Quran is zikr, it is found in the Quran. After when it had come to me, but the devil is to the human being a deserter. Then verse 30, and the messenger will say, oh Lord, indeed, my people have taken this Quran as abandoned. That is what we call context. In Arabic, we call it siyak al-kalam. This siyak al-kalam is to show you that the context of what being discussed as the way ends up being the Quran. That is why, in summary, the messenger said the people have taken the Quran as abandoned because the Quran is the way. That is why I quoted chapter 12, verse 108 to show you. The Prophet himself says, this is my way. The Quran is his way. The mushriks themselves, they will tell you the Prophet himself, all his character, whatever he practiced was the Quran. So the Quran, the Prophet himself was the Quran alone. He's a Quranist, according to the Sunnis, by the way. Yes. The Prophet himself is a Quranist. Yes, according to the definition they gave us, they say the one who follows the Quran alone is anyone who follows the Quran alone is a Quranist, right? So Prophet is a Quranist. But they don't listen to themselves, right? Okay. So for those who need the PDF, send my a message to my correctional officer number. The correctional officer number, just send a message, a WhatsApp message. I'll send you the PDF. Whoever needs that dark, it's called dark hadith. The dark hadith. Send me a message. I will send you the PDF. Just send me messages on my number. It's on the screen, right? For those on TikTok, +358 466 803144. That is correctional officer number. Send me a message there on WhatsApp. I will send it to you. Right? Okay. So these Sunnis, they don't listen to themselves and they don't know what they are saying. So this is how Bozofied they sound by twisting the verses of God. So now that we have seen clearly the verses, what it says. No problem. JS, no problem. Yeah. Peace to you. Let's continue.
They reject the statements and the hadith about verses.
Please, the verses I quoted on the screen. Where does it mention hadith? Please. Please, the verses I quoted on the screen. Where does it talk about hadith? Ever. Where is the notion of hadith books? Ladies and gentlemen, that is Sunnis for you. That is what Sunnis can do. They are very, very good at that. Do you see what the Sunnis do? The verses I put on the screen, chapter 25, verse 27 to verse 30. Where is the notion of hadith books? Someone needs to stop them. And that's why correctional officer is doing his best. We will stop them, inshallah. We are going to stop them, inshallah. Let's continue.
That really made me think about the hadith rejectors. What was that? What were the ayat that he recited? It was, and the day when the wrongdoer will bite his hands in regret, and he will say, woe to me, had I taken a path with the messenger. A path with the messenger. Okay? Now think about how they reject the statements and the hadith of Prophet ﷺ.
Do you see the interpretation he gave? He just automatically said, think about how they reject the statements and the hadith. Does it look like a path to you? Does it sound like a path to you? How they reject the statements and the hadith? Ladies and gentlemen, does it sound like a path? Or does it sound like paths? That's a Sunnis for you.
And they come up with all the feeble excuses for why they do it.
Are we the ones who have the excuses? No. We don't have excuses. You, the Sunnis, are the one making up excuses. Why you do what you do.
Right? Bearing in mind that the same people that brought the Quran are the same people that passed down the hadith.
It's a lie. The same people who wrote the Quran, even according to your hadith books. Sahih Muslim 3004, the Prophet told them, do not write anything from me except the Quran. So the Quran was written down at the time of the Prophet. So now, according to your hadith book, the Quran passed through the hands of Umar, it passed through the hands of Abu Bakr, it passed through the hands of Hafsa, it passed through the hands of Uthman. Please, where is the hadith collections of these people? These people I just mentioned, the Sahabas, according to you, the Khalifas of Islam or whatever. Where is the hadith collections? Do they have hadith that they wrote? Where is this? So if you are claiming the Quran passed through these hands, the hadith book also passed through their hands. Hey, so even according to your own books, you are lying. You guys are not truthful. Donald Trump is more truthful than you guys.
Well, yeah, and then the ayah continues. Oh, woe to me, ya waylata laytani had I not taken such and such person as a friend. Subhanallah, I want you to think about who a lot of these hadith rejectors take as their online friends.
Hey, that's the verse say online friend. Hey, please, the Arabs, you are here. Ask me, help me out. How do we say online friend? Hey, 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 please. Does the verse say online friend? Please help me out too. The Arabs, are you here? Does the verse say online friend? Hey, this guy, his tafsir is even worse like than the scholars, the dead scholars. He's giving his own version of exegesis. Hey!
Who a lot of these hadith rejectors take as their online friends.
So now it's not about a physical friend, online friend. Be careful. Quran alone follow. Be careful. Don't take online friends, please. Hey, Allah, these Sunnis, they are amazing. Hey! So, ladies, and taking online friend is a problem now. Hey. Hey, Mushrikanga. Hey.
And they become close to.
So if you take online friend and you become close to them, it's now haram. Hey. Guys, do you remember back in the days, there's something we call pen pal? Do you remember back in the days? Okay, for people born after the 2000s, I don't think you know of that much. For people born after 2000s, I don't think you are aware of that. People born in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Do you remember pen pal? When there was no internet, it's called pen pal. When you write letters to somebody you find overseas, you are based in Africa or Asia, you write to them, and it takes a month to get a return. Do you remember those days? Then the person will buy you some little gift like a ring or watch or something, a jewelry or a souvenir. Do you remember? I've lived that. I've faced that. I've seen that. I've lived it. Right? Okay. So pen pal. This guy wants us to go back to the pen pal age. So you don't need to take online friends. You don't need to be close to them. No chatting, no phone call, no nothing. So now we have to go back to pen pal. I think that is the solution now, so that it will be easier. Sued Joe says, yes, we had them in school, but we just did other states. Okay. I was born at the end of the 90s, but I don't know about that. Yes. If you are at the end of 90s, you might not really know because you grew up early into the 2000s. People born in the 70s, 80s, 90s are very, very fond of that because it was something, it was like a trend. Just like social media is a trend in this generation. Similarly, pen pal was a trend back in the 90s going into the early 2000s, right? Pen pal was a trend. Yes, so that's what I'm talking about, pen pal. Like it's... Yes, there's net pals. Now there's net pals. I think it transcended from pen pal. It started going to the net pals. Then it started evolving till it disappeared, right? But pen pal was a time to reminisce. It was interesting, right? I remember when I used to take I'll have about 10 addresses and I'll just write multiple. You don't even know the person. You just write, hey, how are you? I'm from Ghana. We have this. And then you take pictures, right? You take pictures. Literal, real pictures, no AI. You take pictures, you put it in the envelope, you send it to the person. Then the person will be like, wow, Ghana is beautiful. Then they will also take pictures, let's say Finland. They'll take pictures of Finland to show you some nice places. Then those times there was no internet. That is the only way you get to see the other side of the world, to understand how beautiful it looks. There's no such thing as, video recording. No, it was just strictly pen pal or cassette tapes. If the person, you want to hear the person's voice, they need to take a cassette recorder and speak on it and send it to you for you to listen to their voice. I'm serious. Then you'll be like, wow, this is how the person sounds. Look at the accent. Listen to the accent. Wow. Oh, this is German. Yeah. I used to have pen pals from German, USA. I think I have Germany. I got somebody from Luxembourg. I got somebody from USA, Canada. Yes. Now, if you ask them if you ask me who are they, I don't remember none of them. I'm serious. Back in the days, it was done for fun, right? I had a pen pal, a lady from Germany back in the days. I was young. I was like 12 years, 11 years, who sent me a wristwatch. And at that time, I was flexing. Yeah, I put the watch and I was flexing. I'm like, yeah, this is me. I'm the top guy, Hey, enough is enough. I see you. Salam. So I'm just giving the story of pen pals there, where we buy stamps, postcards. Exactly, postcards. Yes, postcards was the thing at that time. People love buying postcards. Like if somebody tells you that generation will pass by like this, you'll be like, no. It was interesting. Gone are the days when envelopes, papers, how will I say, stamps were valuable, were like something of value, right? Sunnis have taken all from Sunnis have taken yes, Sunnis. But I think those times Sunnis didn't preach about it. They didn't say it's haram. That is the only thing Sunnis never say it is haram on the internet or in the world. Like pen pal. Sunnis never said it's haram. So I guess this is the thing this guy is preaching. He is telling us not to take online friends. Quran alone followers don't take online friends. Exactly. Yes, football magazines. That is right. Football magazines. I also wrote. I wrote Aston Villa, Real Madrid. I got all these magazines. Yes. At that time, when you write for football magazines to football teams, they send you pictures of football players and magazines. I used to get all that. That was the era of 2001, 2002. I got from Real Madrid. I got this souvenirs, and it was just interesting. But anyways, let's continue with the Sunnis. Let me not forget. Let's continue with the Sunni.
Subhanallah. Had I not taken that person as a friend, he led me astray. لَقَدْ أَضَلَّنِي, the ayah continues. Led me astray from the reminder. What is the reminder? This person led me astray from the Quran.
Oh. So the remembrance, the reminder is the Quran. Then Quran alone followers, do we take each other away from the Quran? I don't understand. How does this person, online friend, take you away from the Quran? Because the last time I checked, the Quran alone followers are rather bringing each other to the Quran and say, let's talk about the Quran. Let's check the verses of the Quran, right? Quran alone followers don't say, let's go and check Hadith. No. Like this psychology of Sunnis, I don't know how their brain is working. It's reversed. Look, a Sunni can tell you, are you a Quran follower, a lone follower? You say yes. He says you reject the Quran, akhi. You reject the Quran. How can I be a Quran alone follower? And you say, how reject? Yes, Ella, that is the fact. That is the truth. That is the proof that Sunnis don't listen to themselves. Because I know them very well, extremely well, to tell you how Sunnis. That is why when you watch my streams, my videos, you see me talking to the 10 Sunnis and ask them the same questions, and you see them not listening to themselves when they talk. And that's why I do that, to make them famous. I want to prove a point to the world, to show you not only the ones I talk to, the most highly intelligent Sunnis you know online. You give them the space to face an highly intelligent Quran alone follower in a live discussion. You will see that they don't listen to themselves. They are bozzified in the head. Wallahi. This is why they avoid such discussions. Because they will, you will see. Don't worry. The time will come.
Why? Because the Quran tells you to follow the Prophet.
Oh my God. The Quran tells you to follow the Prophet. And what is the Prophet? Akhi, it is the Hadith, my brother. Come to the Hadith, you be guided. And you become a pedophile for free. Yeah, Sunnis. Oh, no.
It doesn't just say, follow what's in the Quran. Allah says, subhanallah, follow the Prophet. So that's how the hadith rejectors.
Where did he just get this translation interpretation right now from? The verses you quoted, does it say follow the Prophet? Hey, what a sacrilege!
Subhanallah, they help each other to turn away from the Quran.
Hey, guys, how do we do that? So we're helping each other to turn away from the Quran. Yes, exactly. Guys, if you watch my videos, you watch it anytime I ask a Sunni, what did I say? They can never tell me what I said. Have you noticed that? Watch any of my videos and observe when I'm asking a Sunni, what did I just say? I swear to God, I don't know how they live with their wives. You know, in reality, Sunnis are taking their women like slaves. They oppress their women. I'm not joking with you. For people who have married Sunnis, let them come out and speak out. They will tell you the reality. Unless if the woman is bozofied and so bozofied by the hadith books and she cannot speak. A lot of the people who married the Sunnis, go and ask the divorcees who have actually divorced a Sunni to tell you the version of marriage they have with the Sunni. The Sunni doesn't expect the woman to have any intellect over him in one discussion. He doesn't even want to be corrected by a woman in one occasion. Not even one instance should she ever tell him he's wrong. Hey, how dare you? According to the Sunnis, the paradise of the woman is under the feet of the husband. So they make the women subservient. I'm serious. No wonder the hadith is telling you women are low in deficiency in terms of intelligence. Hadith books look down on women. It makes women look like, how will I say, not even slaves. Slaves are even better according to the hadith books. I'm telling you. Yes. So when a woman has even an iota of intelligence to bring to the table, I swear to God, the Sunni man puts it to the trash. Like he doesn't expect you. He sees you as just, how will I say, just cook food, take care of the kids, wipe the floor. Yes, and then be his kuchi kuchi on the bed. You are done. Don't bring any advice on the table. He doesn't need that. Because that is how the hadith books program it for them. Look, I'm not joking. Don't think just because I dislike Sunnis, so that means I'm lying. I'm telling you a fact. Wallahi, I'm not joking with you.
And then they claim that they are followers of the Quran. Subhanallah. And then Allah says at the end that indeed shaitan is ever to man a deserter. He'll leave you. Subhanallah, may Allah protect us.
Yes, Maryam unveiled. Yes. No, I'm telling you the truth. It's not like I'm joking. I'm telling you the reality. I'm not joking about what I'm saying. I can give all these evidences from the hadith books. It is the hadith programming women in that manner. Look, if Sunnis have the authority, all women in this world will stay at home. Nobody will go out. You see what Afghanistan is doing in Afghanistan? Afghanistan, if they want to be very extreme, they can even stop all women from going to school. They tried it, and then they limited the education level, and they say women can go up to the, I think, elementary school, they said. But guys, if you are from Afghanistan, help me out. I think they gave the women up to, is it secondary or elementary? They say women should not go to the advanced level of education. Huh? If there's any Afghani here, help me out. I don't want to give any wrong information out there. Yeah. Anyways, this same guy, the basic mushrik, let me play one more video from him, right? One more video from this guy. Sixth grade, right? Up to sixth grade. That's elementary. Yes. That is highest education a woman can have right now in Afghanistan. Yes. Let's go to the next video.
Meet Noor Melanie. She's quite familiar on social media. She's got about 140k followers. So this is Noor taking her Shahada. And look at the day. The 5th of April 2024 is the day that she took her Shahada. And just 3 months later, we have this.
Then why are you following something written 200 years later?
Like, which revert do you know? Which only after...
This explains exactly what I just told you. When these mushriks go to the white people, they give them the Quran. When you say you become a Muslim, you become a rivet, what they do is, oh, mashallah, sister, come, take the Quran. You're welcome to Islam. We love you. Take the Quran. Now you gave Noor Melanie the Quran. She became a rivet. She said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, in the beginning, just like the way the mushrik. You know, we all did that. We were all mushriks before, right? It's normal. So she did just like them. She joined not knowing, no, these people are not actually following the Quran. Now you guys gave her the Quran, right? She's a Muslim. She read the Quran and found out, wow, hey, these bozos are not following the book of God. Huh? Noor Melanie just realized, hey, these bozos are not following the book of God. Let me stay away from these bozos. So she stayed away from the bozo, and the bozo is offended. The bozo is offended that Noor Melanie doesn't follow Hadith books now. Can you imagine? You guys gave her the Quran. You said whenever a rivet comes, give them the Quran to read. She read the Quran and she scrutinized the Quran. She's like, mashallah, this is the book of guidance. Then she doesn't agree with you, the bozos, and all of a sudden, you, the bozos, you are emotional. This is Noor Melanie. She's on TikTok and YouTube, right? You can find her, Noor Melanie. Then all of a sudden, Sunnis are offended. Okay, let's listen what he has to say against her.
Like, which revert do you know, which only after 3 months starts to dedicate her time to rejection of hadith? And within that same month, she's become an absolute expert in hadith rejection, and she knows all of the verses to quote. And then from that point onwards, you'll find that a lot of her channel is dedicated to hadith rejection. And she will quote you all the verses that she needs to try and support her position, right? So you'll see stuff like hadith are from shaitan, etc. And now I'd like to draw your attention to this tweet by Al Jazeera Arabic. This is the official Al Jazeera with 22.8 million followers. And you can read what it says just there. And specifically what this sheikh says. Just listen to what he says about these preachers that infiltrate Muslim societies. I'm just going to forward it to the precise bit which we want, and it is... They talk about the hadith found in Bukhari, and that Bukhari is a Persian, etc. It sounds very familiar, does it not? Now, I can't say categorically, absolutely, that she is definitely a plant. Allah knows her heart. She may be a completely sincere Muslim. But for every Muslim on social media, you need to be careful about who you listen to and who you take your knowledge from, because we know there's a plot out there and there's an agenda out there. And we know Allah tells in the Quran that some of the people of the book, it's one of their tactics. They say believe in what the Muslims believe in and then later reject it, so that it gives doubt in our mind. We need to just be wary. So just be aware before you allow some stranger or someone out of Islam to wreck your entire akhirah.
Sunnis are crying. They are feeling the heat. All he just said here about Noor Melanie was just pure nonsense. He didn't say anything tangible. He's just assuming, oh, she's a plant. She's a plant to do what? To spread what? Fruits or vegetables? Hey, the Sunnis. That is how one bozo in Ghana, he said, I'm a spy. He said, I'm a lunatic. By the way, we are going for trials this month, right? I'm going for trials this month in Ghana. So anticipate, God willing. God is on the side of the truthful, those who are truthful. And God is going to give us that favor over them. He said, I'm a spy. He's going to prove to the judge how I became a spy. He said, again, he said, oh, I've been paid. He's going to prove that to the judge, how I'm paid to actually tarnish the image of Islam. We are going to, hey, Mike, I see my brother, King Hassan Mohammed. I see you. Yes. So, yes, we are going for trials this month. And God willing, we will have the victory over the mushriks as usual. Yeah? Okay. So now, this is the guy, he calls himself basic mushrik, not basic Muslim. He's a basic mushrik. Yes, Mariam. They also said what? Ayah is a spy. That's what they do. That's the Sunnis. Normally, they say such things for their audience so that the audience will just believe. So the moment the audience see you, they just think of you as a spy. That's how the Sunnis are. They can go to the extent to say you are a lunatic, you're crazy. This is how they do most of the time to formulate lies against you, right? They are not truthful. Julie Valcoinen says, can I join? Julie Aviela, not now. You can't join right now unless if I open the phone lines, if you have a question that you can ask, but not now, right? I'm almost finishing the segment itself. Then I'll allow the question and answer session to come in. So now, away with this mushrik, basic mushrik, I think the last video I want to play to tackle is the video I played in the beginning. That was the guy who spoke in the beginning. So I bring back his video to tackle on it.
There's been a sudden rise in hadith rejectors on social media, but I'm here to tell you exactly.
So disclaimer advice. Disclaimer advice. He's playing Nasheed. When he's playing Nasheed, you might think he's saying something sensible. So in order not to let the Nasheed get over into your ears, I'm going to be pausing it. That is the Nasheed, right? So now, pay close attention to the things he's going to say against the Quran alone followers.
Exactly why this methodology is doomed to fail. So these hadith rejectors essentially believe that the Quran by itself is enough to give you a legal framework to follow in life.
Is this guy listening to himself? He said we are saying the Quran is enough to give you a legal framework of what to follow in life. What is wrong with this guy? If that is what we are thinking about, what is wrong with that? But he doesn't like that. So let's go.
I.e., this Quran by itself can tell you how to pray, how to fast, how to perform Umrah, how to go on Hajj, how to give your zakat, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. All of that is detailed in the Quran, and they will find verses and misuse the meanings of certain verses to give this idea that, yeah, the Quran is enough.
Yeah, we said the Quran is enough, and you find all these things in the Quran of how to practice Islam. And these guys are not okay with that. He's offended by that. So listen to his argument.
But let me tell you exactly why that doesn't work. So first of all, the Quran,
He's going to tell us exactly why that doesn't work, right? Okay, let's listen to the bozo.
Itself mentions that there are verses that are clear and verses that are unclear.
The stupid guy went ahead to quote chapter 3 verse 7. He says some verses are clear and some are unclear. Is that what God says? That's how foolish mushriks talk about the Quran. He says some verses are clear and some are unclear. When we say clear in Arabic, it is mubin. The word mubin is clear. The word mubin is not mentioned there. God says some verses are muhkamat, meaning precise, can be used for judgment. It goes straight to the point. It didn't use the word clear. So that verse is not talking about clear and unclear. It's not talking about that. The foolish mushriks will always quote chapter 3 verse 7 and say some verses are clear and some are unclear. Whoever has that understanding is a fool. I'm telling you. Quran chapter 2 verse 130, God says, وَمَنْ يَرْغَبُ عَنْ مِلَّةَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ إِلَّا مَنْ سَفِيهَ نَفْسَهُ. Who will desire other than the creed of Abraham, if not one who fools himself? Sunnis don't desire the creed of Abraham. They said they are Sunnis. So they are foolish people anyways. I'm telling you. If you call yourself a Sunni, you are a fool. I'm not saying it. God said it. No, God said it too. Don't say I said it. Chapter 2 verse 130. Check it. So These Sunnis will now tell you that chapter 3 verse 7 is saying that some verses are clear or unclear. Just as the Sunni. What is the word clear in Arabic? It is mubin. Does the verse say mubin? No. So why are you saying clear and unclear? It says muhkamat and mutashabiha. It doesn't say unclear and clear. What kind of foolish bozos are these? Somebody says I say foolish too much, so he's not happy. Okay, sorry. I need to censor the word foolish from my mouth. The word bozo sounds okay. Anyways, let's continue.
And so hadith rejectors don't actually have a response to this.
We don't have a response to what? The verse you are misquoting? You are misquoting a verse and you say we don't have a response? Are you a bozo? The verse says some verses are precise, meaning muhkamat, and some verses are what? Similar. Mutashabiha means similar. It doesn't say unclear. You are a bozo to say it's unclear. Bozos. Continue.
Verse of the Quran, because according to them, their whole methodology is built on the idea that the Quran is enough. It's
Quran chapter 29 verse 51. Awalam yakfihim anna anzalna alayka al-kitaba yutla alayhim. Is it not sufficient for them that we have revealed to you the book being recited to them? Is it not enough? The book is claiming to be enough for you. Chapter 6 verse 114. Afa ghayrillahi abtagi hakaman wa huwa allazi anzala ilaykum al-kitaba mufassala. Shall I seek a judge other than God while he is the one who has revealed the book to you explained in detail? Shall I seek a judge other than God? Chapter 6 verse 115. وَتَمَّتْ كَلِمَةُ رَبِّكَ صِدْقًا وَعَدْلًا لَا مُبَدِّلَ لِكَلِمَاتِهِ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. Chapter 6 verse 115. The word of your Lord is complete in truth and justice. There is no alteration to his words. Is it not sufficient for you? Who born these guys by mistake?
clear and it gives us everything we need, and we don't need anything additional. Of course.
So according to these guys, logic, we need something additional. That's why I call them mushriks. Quran chapter 4 verse 36, it says, worship God and do not associate anything with him. The moment you associate anything additional to God, you are a mushrik.
We as Sunni Muslims know that the Quran.
This is where he damaged the thing. He says they are Sunni Muslims. You see that I call them mushriks? He says they are Sunnis. Hey, mushrik. Yes, you as mushriks, Sunnis.
Quran has other verses where the Prophet ﷺ is the one that we have been commanded to follow.
No, the verses you are putting on the screen is all talking about the messenger. All the verses you are putting on the screen. He put chapter 3 verse 31. Read 32 for the context. It's talking about the messenger. Chapter 4 verse 59. It's talking about the messenger. That was Ya ayyuhallazina amanu atiu Allah wa atiu rasul wa ulil amri minkum fa in tanazatum fi shay fardu ila Allah wa rasul. Rasul again. Chapter 4 verse 80. Man yuti rasula faqad ata Allah. It's talking about the rasul again. Chapter 24 verse 51. Well, it's want to say 54, not 51. Chapter 33 verse 21. Laqad kana lakum fi rasulillahi. Rasul again. Chapter 7 verse 159 is talking about the rasul. Rasul, the unlettered prophet or unlearned prophet, but the focus is the Rasul. Who follow what? The Rasul. So they are not paying attention when they even quote verses of God. Let's continue.
To understand the Quran and to practice what Allah wants from us. So all the details around how to purify ourselves, how to pray, how to fast, how to perform Umrah or Hajj, how to give zakat, and the rules around what is halal and what is haram, what is encouraged and what is not encouraged. All of these things have been detailed in the hadith literature.
Oh my God.
We believe
oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sunnis, what is wrong with these guys? What kind of brain are they using? He mentioned all these things, and then he says the details are found in the what? Hadith book. So the Quran, he doesn't understand the word details, by the way. So in Arabic, when we say tafsila, we are talking about elaboration. So God says in Quran chapter 17 verse 12. Listen what God says in chapter 17 verse 12 of the Quran. He says وَكُلَّ شَيْءٍ فَصَّلْنَاهُ تَفْصِيلًا وَكُلَّ شَيْءٍ فَصَّلْنَاهُ تَفْصِيلًا. Now God says, and of all things, everything we have detailed. The word fasalnahu is to classify something, is to detail something, right? God says we have detailed it in what? Tafsila, meaning elaboration. God elaborates things in simplified manner. It's just like when you are talking to a wise person. So let's take the notion of ablution. Chapter 5, verse 6, God says, Ya ayyuhal lazina amanu iza kuntum ila salat. Then he says, Fagusulu wujuhakum. He says, when you get up for the salat, wash your faces. Because God knows he's talking to intelligent people. He knows you have to take water first. Are you getting the intelligence here? A word to a wise is what? Is enough. A word, not words. A word to a wise is enough. But a fool, you need to speak words. Not even one S. To a fool, you have to say words before the fool will understand. So that is why the Sunnis will tell you, show me a verse where he shows you how to sleep with your wife. Yes, that's a fool. Yes, the fool will ask you, when you stand in prayer, how do you stand? Do you stand like this, or do you stand like this? Or do you... Yes, that's a fool. So a wise person, when God is talking to the wise person, intelligent person, it's simple. I'm sorry, Sunnis, but I have to tell you the truth. So Sunnis are not that highly intellectual beings. So they need something from the Hadith which breaks things to their level. Because Quran is talking to wise people. Remember, chapter 36, verse 2, Wal Quran al Hakim, by the wise Quran. Quran is a wise book. So it takes people of intellect with wisdom to understand the wise book. When you are a bozo, Quran is not talking to you. So the bozos, their level of intellect is not there. So they need another book to break things down. You understand? You understand? Mm-hmm. Yes, Rifi Johnstone. When it comes to the Sunnis, they need words. It has to be a lot. That's why the Hadith is a lot. Yes, don't you see the Hadith books? They have over 300,000 Hadith books. A lot. Can you imagine? God gave us one Quran. They have Kutubu Sitta, 6 books after the Quran. Yes. So that's why I say words. It has to be 6 times. That's why I'm adding this. I cannot take Sunnis seriously. I'm serious. They cannot be taken serious. So they need the words, those 6 books to explain one book. Yes. So Quran is never enough. So that is why when you, the wise person, when you say Quran is enough, a Sunni is like we call it jaw drop. They are like, this guy has intellect. The IQ is stage what? Stage 1 or stage 100. They can understand the book of God. Ahi, come. These people can understand the book of God. How come we don't understand? Ahi, because you are a bozo. You follow Hadith books. How can you understand the book of God? That is the simple logic there. Okay, let's continue with this bozo. He's the last bozo I'm using, by the way.
And was revealed and taught to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who then acted upon it as was the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and therefore he knew how to act upon each verse in the correct manner, and therefore he acted upon it. The Sahaba watched and learnt that tradition from him, how to act upon these verses, and the Sahaba and the generations after them started writing down these things because they were afraid that they would get lost.
They were afraid. So it wasn't God who gave the command that they should write it down. He said the Sahaba started writing it because they were afraid that it will get lost. That is the excuse. So it wasn't that God commanded them that write it down so that my people will be guided. Hey, Sunnis, your excuses don't make sense even. I'm serious. That's why when a Sunni come to face Baba Shaib and ask you, who asked you to write hadith books? They can't answer. No Sunni can answer that. Who asked them to write hadith books? No Sunni.
Later on down the lines, all of these sayings and things were collected by the Sahaba. The Sahih ones were separated from the...
Who made them Sahih? They can't answer that. If you ask the Sunnis, who made the hadith books Sahih? Wallah, they can't answer. They just say our scholars made it. So the Prophet was oblivion to that. He doesn't even know that these people are assigning Sahih to their books. Yes, they don't know. Look.
Da'if, weak and fabricated ones.
So their scholars made it Sahih, Da'if, weak, fabricate, and whatever. Hassan, Qudusi, and so on. Their scholars are the ones who classified hadith books.
As was the job of the Muhaddithun, the great scholars of hadith who dedicated their entire...
Who gave them that job? Prophet? No. Prophet never gave anybody the job of being a muhaddis.
entire lives to codifying hadith and deciding which one was worth...
Hey, they even codified it too. They codify hadith books, ladies and gentlemen. Hadith books without code is even pathetic. Now they codify it. That's even worse. That's why they call it science of hadith.
upon and which one wasn't. And then all of a sudden you get these people who don't know Arabic, who've never read the actual Arabic, who have no idea of...
Ladies and gentlemen, which one is the actual Arabic? I thought the Quran was the actual Arabic. Or is there any actual Arabic somewhere else? Ladies and gentlemen, I thought the Quran was the actual Arabic. He says we never read the actual Arabic. Which Arabic is he talking about? Is there any actual Arabic apart from the Arabic of the Quran again? Interesting.
Hadith science. And what happens is, because they don't understand certain hadith, or they don't like certain hadith, which might even be fabricated in the...
No, it's not like we don't like all the hadiths. They are trash. The hadiths we agree with, it goes against you. So we don't even like all. They are trash. Because Quran chapter 17 verse 9, Inna haza al-Quran yadi lillati hiya aqwam. The Quran guides to that which is more appropriate. So the Quran is enough. That's it. That's why we don't waste our time. Because Quran will guide me to what is more appropriate. Why should I waste my time with garbage books? That is the logic we are asking you. Oh.
In the first place. But because they don't like that one hadith, they decide to throw out the baby with the bath.
We are not throwing the baby. We are throwing the baby, the bath water with the pee in it. Who told you we are throwing the baby with the bath? Who wants to throw his baby out of the bath water? What kind of analogy is that? These foolish mushriks, I don't understand them.
What a ridiculous thing to do. But a big negative and downside of this is we have details on how to pray and how to fast and do all of these things. Hadith rejectors do not. They have to rely on the Quran alone. And that is why you'll notice that there's not a single hadith rejector who has come up with a book that uses the Quran alone to detail how to pray, how...
What is he saying? What did he just say?
Do not. They have to rely on the Quran alone. And that is why you'll notice that there's not a single hadith rejector who has come up with a book that uses the Quran alone to detail how to pray, how to fast, how to do all of these things, and as well as the detailed legal rulings around what's allowed and what's not allowed. They've not been able to do that simply because they can't. And even if I remember...
Does this guy exist in the same universe I exist? Why does he think I'd make videos? Videos are dead. A lot. Videos are dead. The lecture is there. It's written. It's a file. I have the files. How to pray, everything. If anybody needs, I have the file. I can give you. What is he talking about? He wants us to keep making books like they are Sunni scholars, the Fasirs, trying to say we are explaining the Quran. No, Quran is clear on its own. It's talking to wise people. Is it everything we must make a book for people to keep reading? We claim the Quran is enough. That's why we don't waste our time writing too many books.
I was speaking to one hadith rejector one time, and I said, okay, how do you pray? And they pulled out random verses from the Quran that command us to bow, and then a different verse that commands us to prostrate. And
is that not how your hadith books give you the salat? Do you have one single hadith that summarizes how to pray 100% from beginning to end? You don't have it. It's the same thing you do. You cherry pick hadith collections, join them together, and that's how you have your salat. That's how you do in your hadith books. So I don't understand your argument. When you guys play the nasheed behind you, that's the time you say the buzufai statements ever.
And then a different verse that commands us to stand for prayer. And they acted like they've somehow outsmarted all the Sunni Muslims by finding a way to pray without using hadith. When in actuality, those verses did not detail any tartib. They were like any order. It doesn't tell you how many times you're supposed to bow, how many times you're supposed to stand, how many times how long you're supposed to stand, what you're supposed to do in.
Do you see the brain of a Sunni? He needs the Quran to tell you have to stand for 5 minutes, and you have to bow 3 times, and you have to stand 10 minutes, and you have to. Oh. Quran chapter 68 verse 36 to 38. God says, Malakum kayfa takumum am lakum kitabun fihi tadrusun inna lakum fihi lama takhayyarun. It says, how do you judge? Do you have a book wherein you study, wherein you find whatever you choose or prefer? Chapter 68 verse 36 to 38. God is asking that question. Sunnis think you can find all the answers you need in Islam about Islam from their garbage books. That's how Sunnis think. It's because the Kutubu Sitta is not enough for them. That's why they have other hadith books, extra hadith books, and extra the books of tafasirs to say, keep adding more nonsense. Because even the Kutubu Sitta is not enough for them.
Each of those, which prayer, how many rakats is each prayer?
What kind of question? How many rakat is his prayer? If the Quran doesn't tell you how many rakat, why are you asking that stupid question?
None of those details are included there. They're just vague verses. And that is why you'll find that.
He said the verses are vague. He says vague verses. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired.
These very hadith rejectors, they are not able to codify a law. They will, all of them, exclusively be praying in the mosques with everybody else. They will be fasting the exact same way as everybody else. They will be going on Umrah and performing Hajj the exact same way as everybody else, as in all the Muslims. So they are still following our law. But what happens is they use this hadith rejecting mindset to basically reject the hadith they don't like. So maybe they like getting tattoos. Rather than saying, okay, I'm sinful and I accept this as a sin, but I'm going to do it anyway, but I'm going to ask Allah for forgiveness. They want an excuse to just reject that hadith and say, no, it's all fine, it's all fine. So they just want to get tattoos. And they want to wear fake nails and be able to still have wudu. So all of these people, they don't have a proper methodology. They've used hadith rejection solely so that they can reject certain things that are halal and haram, and so that they can enjoy their life. It is hubbu shahawat. They love their desires. So they don't want to follow what was revealed. And rather than actually researching and studying and deepening their understanding of the religion, or just admitting that they're a fallible Muslim and they can't give up this sin of theirs, or even just rejecting the one-off hadith, saying that, look, I don't understand this, I'm going to go follow this minority opinion. Even that would make more sense than saying, I'm going to just reject all hadith together. So these people have done a mistake that, even the Mu'tazila, who overall did have a propensity to stay away from hadith, they kind of had a very strict criteria of any hadith that they would select or use. Even the Mu'tazila did not reject hadith outright. So this methodology can never succeed, and that is why in the past 1400 years there has never been a Quran only methodology. This has only appeared now, and when you see the adherents of this methodology, by and large you understand that there's very little practice of Islam left in them by and large, they just like to be people that argue and debate and don't really want to follow any kind of ritual practices. That's what I found.
I'm tired. It's a waste of time to even talk about him now. That's why I just got tired. Baby, I just feel I will be wasting time because nobody knows him. That guy, he's not that popular. Let me not waste my time. Anyways, I'm just going to open the live stream, the stream. You can join as a guest. I'm putting the invitation link. You can join as a guest. That's if you want to join by video as a guest. I put it in the comment section. I pin it like this. And for those on TikTok, yes, I can bring you as if you want to call also on WhatsApp.
Bluetooth connected.
If you want to call on WhatsApp, you're welcome to call on WhatsApp also, right? But let me put let me take people who are sending the requests. So let me see. We have somebody who is 47.3 AB. Who is that? AB. Hello? Hello?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hafiz Kausi Jabi. I'm calling from Guinea.
Your name is what? Your name is what?
My name is Hafiz Kausi Jabi. I'm calling you from Guinea.
Okay, nice to meet you, Hafiz. Are you a Sunni?
I'm a Muslim. I don't consider myself as a Sunni or Wahhabi or Shia or no. I'm a Muslim.
Do you follow Hadith
That's
books?
my identification.
Do you follow Hadith books?
Yes. I follow Hadith books, yes.
Who asked you to follow Hadith books?
Yes.
Who asked
I
you?
follow.
Who asked you
Hadith
to
book.
follow?
Yes.
Who asked you to
The
follow
authentic
Hadith?
ones.
Who asked you to follow Hadith books?
Because Allah said, "Wati'ullaha wati'ur Rasul."
Does it mean to follow Hadith?
Allah.
The verse you quoted, does it mean to follow Hadith?
Because Allah said, "Wati'ullaha wati'ur Rasul."
And what does it mean?
That means you worship Allah and follow the footsteps of Rasulullah.
That's not what the verse says. Which verse are you quoting?
The ways of the ways of our messenger, our beloved messenger.
Which verse are you quoting? Which verse are you quoting?
I'm not getting you. Your network is crumbling.
It's your network, not mine.
Or maybe my network. Or yes.
It's not.
We are all using the same internet.
No, we are not. We are not using the same internet. You should understand how internet works. I'm doing this stream. My internet is perfect. You are the caller who joined into my stream.
Okay, maybe.
So your network is the one causing the lecture, like delay. So now what I'm asking you here is,
maybe.
Who asked you to be? Who asked you to follow Hadith? You didn't answer my question.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told me to follow Hadith in the glorious Quran.
Where?
Allah said in Surah Al-Baqarah, "Wati'ullaha wati'ur Rasul."
Which verse?
In Surah Al-Baqarah.
Where?
So, search the verse yourself. I won't tell you.
Oh my
Search
God.
it yourself.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I know, and don't think I don't know the verse again. I know the verse. I memorized the entire Quran. You're laughing. What's funny?
Can you finish the verse? And I want to teach you something. Quote the verse in full. I will teach you.
No. You won't teach me.
No, I said quote the verse.
I also will give you that.
No, don't mention you didn't mention any verse. You just say Atiullah wa Atiur Rasul. That it can be anywhere.
Yes, search for the verse.
No, no. Oh, please.
Search for the verse.
Listen.
I have told you.
Oh, listen.
Search for the verse.
I said, listen. Don't make a fool out of yourself. You are coming to prove. Wait, no, listen. You are coming to prove your argument. It is not me who am making a claim. You are making a claim. You have to justify for the audience to see that you know what you are practicing. So you give us the verse and you are telling me, I'm not going to give you the verse. You have to search it for yourself.
Yes, I'm not going to. I want you to search the verse because you are claiming that you know more.
Oh my God.
We don't know. We are learning. I'm learning every day. I'm trying to learn new things.
Are you married?
I have 2 wives.
Go and marry again.
Why?
Go and marry again. So bozofied. Oh my God. Bozofied. That's how I'll be proving to you how bozofied these people are. Intellectually kaput. No intellect to argue. No. Hey. Anyway, let's go with another Sunni. You just watch how they will keep making themselves look like clowns. The next one.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Ali from Nigeria.
Are you a Sunni?
Yes, of course, I'm a Sunni.
Who asked you to be a Sunni?
From Quran.
Who? I didn't say what. I said who asked you to be a Sunni?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Give us the verse.
First of all, I want to make it clear about my English, that my English is not that. We might find some mistake in my English, so
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, nobody is perfect. Don't worry about that. So where did God ask you to be a Sunni? So where?
In Surah An-Nahl.
Quote the verse.
Verse that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, like, لِتُبَيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ مَا نُزِّلَ إِلَيْهِمْ.
Which verse is that?
So you understand me?
Which verse is that?
I think it's verse 44, Surah An-Nahl.
Okay, no problem. Chapter 16, verse
44, I think.
No problem. Quote the verse. Quote the verse in full.
Now?
Quote the verse in full.
Hello.
I said quote the verse in full.
وَأَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الذِّكْرَ لِتُبَيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ مَا نُزِّلَ إِلَيْهِمْ وَلَعَلَّهُمْ يتذكروا أو يهتدون كما قال تعالى.
كما لعلهم.
Please, I'm having network issue here a little bit.
Then why did you join when you know your network has issues?
But my argument. No. My argument is that Allah's should explain the Quran.
Why did you quote the verse?
To his followers.
What question did I?
How will it explain without Sunnah?
Please, ladies and gentlemen, please mute your mic, Ali. I want to say something. Mute your mic. Mute. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you who asked him to be a Sunni. He said God, and I said where. And he's quoting a verse where he's going to tell me that the Prophet explained the Quran. That's what he's going to say. Because when Sunnis quote chapter 16, verse 44, they will end up telling you the prophet, because the verse says, the prophet says, God says the prophet should explain the Quran. That's what he's going to say. Is that the question? And is that the answer? Okay. Unmute your mic. Come back and tell the audience the question I asked you.
This is very simple question, brother. This is very simple answer that Allah said we should explain the Quran to his followers. How is he going to explain the Quran? Explanation of Quran is Sunnah. Explanation of Quran is Sunnah. Because if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said we should pay zakat, we should fast, we should pray, Allah did not go into detail that this is how we are going to do it. It is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that explained it into detail, that Allah subhanahu said, لِتُبَيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ مَا نُزِّلَ إِلَيْهِمْ. So you can explain to them what we have revealed to you. So this one is the explanation of how to pray, how to give zakat, how to fast.
Go and get married. Go and get married. Go and get married. Go. Let me save my brain for another day. I need to save my brain. I'm serious. Tired. I need Sunni with a brain, please. Sunni with a brain, please. God, please. Let the people with the brain, the Sunnis with the brain come, please. I need a Sunni with a brain, please. Please. With a brain. Please. Hey, Midi, you sent a request. Midi, are you here? Julie, are you watching? Julie, are you here? You sent a request. Okay, Julie is not here. Midi, is Midi watching? Ali, I'm sorry. I need somebody with a brain. I'm sorry, Ali. I'm sorry, please. I just need somebody with a brain. Like, if I talk to you, you bring my brain backwards. My brain is advancing. I don't want my brain to go back. I'm sorry, okay? Go and get married. Obey Allah and obey the messenger. Simple as that. What are you quoting? Sub-Zero says, obey Allah and obey the messenger. What did the messenger deliver? What did he deliver? Sub-Zero, I've sent you a request. Come, I'm Scorpion. Come. Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. Come. Sub-Zero.
Yes.
What is your name? What is your name?
Sub-Zero.
No, it's not a name. What is your name?
On this TikTok, it's Sub-Zero.
No, I didn't ask you. I say your name. I didn't say what's your nickname. What is your name?
My name is Sub-Zero. You can't get past that. Your brain's that small.
Go and get married. It's obvious you are a teenager. Yeah, he's same as Korah. Please, I said Sunnis with a brain. Oh, why? Oh. Look, I've been here for how many hours? I'm tired. I need to go and rest. I don't need those with that brain. Please. Is that too much to ask for? I need Sunnis with brain. Somebody says you won't find one, Baba. Wait. I know it's difficult. I'm just stubborn. Username says Sunnis avoid logic and reason. Logic and reason doesn't work in the books of Sunnis. No. Yeah, they think they have brain. Yes. It's too much. Knowledge is for us. It's too much. Brazil says, I told you, no Sunnah with brain. Somebody says, I dare you to beat UTI Dawa and Hafiz. Those clowns and comedians you have in Ghana, you think they are scholars. Let me finish with UTI Dawa in the courtroom. We are going for trials this month. When I'm done with him, he will face me in a debate by force. You see. Okay, bring me proper Sunnis with brain. You are calling UTI Dawa and Hafiz Buhari. Do they look like civilized people to you? Anyways, let's go forward. AB says you don't know, you don't anything. Accept me and see. No, I'm scared of you, AB. Your brain, your intelligence, like the level of your bozofied intelligence is too much for me. I'm sorry. Fifi says they have no logic and reasoning in all aspects of it. Yes, it's true. No logic. What I hate most about them is that they will quote out of context. Always, they quote verses out of context. Always. And they are not civilized. Yes, that's true. They advocate for oppression and evil. Always. That's the definition of Sunnis. Somebody says, are you in Ghana? I was in Ghana 7 months ago. So let's go here. Please, I need Sunnis with a brain. Please. On YouTube, I'll be ending the live stream soon because it's over 3 hours now. And I might need to end the live stream on YouTube. So I'll be sticking to TikTok for like 1 hour more. Sub-Zero says Quranists disrespect the Prophet that gave us the Quran. Make it make sense. Show us the evidence where we disrespect the Prophet. It's simple. You guys even lack the logic to have a civilized discussion. How can you even have the intellect to face us? Sunnis have no brain. You can't face us in an intellectual dialogue. Yes, that's what you are limited to. Let's continue. I need a Sunni with a brain, please. It's been like 15 minutes now. No Sunni with a brain. It's too much to ask for, I guess. It's too much. Or they don't want to be famous. That's why the Sub-Zero guy doesn't want to mention his name. I will make you famous. That is a must. I have to make you guys famous. But please, be the way you feel like you are confident, you have balls to face Baba Shrab. When you can't mention your name, the best part is if you can show your video, I will even love it. But when you come with a hidden agenda, you hide your faces, you hide your name, you hide where you are coming from. Like my last video, somebody who is from Philippines, he says he's from Malaysia. What are you hiding? They give you wrong names. They don't want to be famous. People will identify your voices, whether you like it or not. That is how foolish you are, you the mushriks. If you like, change your voice, change your nationality, change your name. People will identify who you are because we have people who understand the pattern and how you talk. They can identify who you are. I have a lot of videos where people lied about their name and where they come from. I swear to God, in the comment section, there are people who identify those people because I also identify them. And they identify them. They are like, I recognize this voice. This guy is this. Is from this. It's obvious. So when you come here playing, how can you be trusted even? This is a religious issue. You're coming to face Baba Shrab. Be honest. Bring your identity. Whether you like it or I will make you famous. That is a must. I have to make you famous. But bring your identity and face me. You don't want to be proud so that people will see that you are exposing Baba Shrab. Mention your name and mention your nationality, where you're coming from. I would love for us to go head to head. That's what I want. But even the intellectual, so-called intellectual ones among the Sunnis are bozos. They can't talk 5 minutes with intellect. They have to start shouting. It's difficult to find a Sunni with a brain. I'm serious. Look, my phone number is on the screen. WhatsApp number. You can call if you are a Sunni. My guest invitation link is there. Sunnis, this is for you. It's clear. This is the chance to face Baba Shrab. You say Baba Shrab is scared. I'm here. I just want the ones with brain, not the ones with that brain thinking I'm scared. No, the ones with that brain is a taboo. It's affecting me. I cannot sleep if I go. I need brain, please. You have Sunnis, you are acting like I'm asking for too much. Please, if you are a Sunni with a brain in the comment section, send a request. Please, Sunni with a brain. Please, I beg you in the name of God. Kofi, you sent a request. Is it by mistake? True Reason says either you want a Sunni or you want someone with a brain. You can't have both. True Reason. Hey, that is savage. The Kofi, is it by mistake or is it Kofi?
Yeah.
You send is it by mistake?
Yeah, I sent it a couple of minutes ago, so I wasn't accepted.
Okay. But do you still want to ask question or should I just pick another caller?
Oh, nah, I don't want to ask a question, but this is my first time watching you. I wanted to know your nationality.
I'm a Ghanaian and a Finn.
Okay.
I'm representing Ghana in Finland, yes.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Peace.
No problem.
Okay. I need a Sunni, please, before I go. That is the correctional officer number. The shooter put the number on the page. Please call that number, WhatsApp number, or you call TikTok. Send me a request. If you are a Sunni, just write, I'm a Sunni, and then I'll bring you. Sunni with a brain, please. Don't, please. I need to make an application form where Sunnis can fill the form when they want to face me. They should write in the session the one without a brain and then the one with a brain, so that I know to save me the heebie-jeebies headache, so that I know that I'm going to face the one with a brain. Simple. You are making it so difficult for me to even. Yeah. Aya Hani says heebie-jeebies. Aya, don't worry. I think you also have to get the t-shirt, the heebie-jeebie t-shirt, right? I have enough now. I think there is enough. It should be on, but some people already have the copies, but you should get it. It's called PhD, heebie-jeebies, post-heebie-jeebies disorder. That is for Sunnis. You are not part of them. I need a Sunni, please. The Sunnis, before I go, it's 3.5 hours now on my live stream. Please, this guy is a Sunni, right? This guy is a Sunni. Hello,
my brother. Good evening.
Salam to you. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Sissoko from Sierra Leone.
Nice to meet you, my dear brother. Are you a Sunni?
Muslim. I just want to learn from you.
Do you follow Hadith?
No, I follow both Hadith and the Quran.
So then why do you want to learn from me? I think the Hadith is enough to teach you. Why do you want to learn from me?
We learn every day, my brother.
No, I said
every day.
No, wait.
I was in Ghana last week.
Forget about Ghana. No, forget about Ghana. Forget about Ghana. I said you follow Quran and Hadith. You don't have nothing to learn from me. Anybody who follows Hadith doesn't learn from me. They lay down from the Hadith, not from me. Do you agree?
Okay, no problem, brother. No problem.
Okay, because your scholars say we are kafirs. We the ones who follow the Quran alone. We are kafirs. That's what your scholars said.
I don't think so.
No, but that's what they say. It's not about what you think. I'm telling you the reality of what your scholars say. So now,
only Allah knows the kafir, right?
No, it's not only Allah who knows a kafir. We can see kafir. Are you saying only Allah knows a thief?
No.
Only Allah knows criminals?
No.
So kafir is somebody you can see when the person is doing takfir. That's why you are using the words of God to judge the person. Being a kafir is not an internal decision. It's a physical decision we can see when a person is a kafir. They reject it.
But I think if you die out of Islam, you're a kafir, right?
If you die, that one is left with God. If you die out of Islam, Islam is between you and God. Islam is not between you and men. But when somebody is a mushrik, we can see it. When somebody is a kafir, we can see it. When somebody is a hypocrite, we can see it. It's not left for God anymore. God mentioned the signs so we can see. Just like God mentioned snake, animals, lion, then you can see. Oh, you see, this is a lion. You cannot see a dog and say elephant. No. Same way you can see hypocrite, you can see a kafir, you can see a mushrik, you can see a pagan, you can see a Christian, you can see a Jew. Yes. So these are signs you can see, characteristics on people. So if somebody is a kafir, the definition is there clearly. They define it for you. So according to your scholars, me, I'm a kafir, according to your scholars. They say that because I reject hadith books. And here we are, we have somebody who accepts both hadith and the Quran. Right? So what do you want to learn from a kafir?
You can even learn from the kafir.
Hey, what? Okay, tell me. You learn a good deed from kafir. Hey,
yeah, why not?
Hey, can you learn something from the devil?
So some kafir don't lie.
Can you learn something from the devil?
No.
But according to your hadith,
the kafir is not the devil.
But according to your hadith, you can even learn from the devil.
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't believe?
I don't believe my brother.
Oh, I can give you the hadith. Wait. Let me give you the hadith. So that you can, according to your hadith, you can learn from the devil. It's not. I'm not joking. I'm telling you.
Maybe it's a daif or mutawatir.
You see now. Oh, you want to become hadith reject? Don't do that. Don't reject hadith right now. Are you a hadith rejecter?
No, some hadiths are weak. Some hadiths are weak, my brother.
How do you know this?
Some are weak.
No, wait. How do you know it is weak? How do you know the hadith is weak? According to Sahih al-Bukhari 5010, Sahih al-Bukhari 5010, the devil can give you good advice also. Write it down. Sisoko, write it down. So you check it.
I'll do that. I'll write it.
Guys, write it in the comment section. Sahih al-Bukhari 5010. According to the Sunnis, you can take advice from the devil even. So the devil can give you good advice. You see, you are laughing.
My brother, you are stubborn. Very stubborn guy. Allah. Very stubborn guy.
But I didn't say it. I didn't say. They said it. You can take advice from the devil. So you want to take advice from the devil right now?
No, Bukhari. That's what hadiths in Bukhari. They are weak hadiths in Bukhari.
This one is Sahih.
There are plenty.
No, this one I gave is Sahih. Your scholars made it Sahih. When we say Sahih, it means authentic.
But I will check. I'll check first in the morning.
In the morning is too far. You can do it right now if you want. You can pause right now. Just go to sunnah.com, write Sahih al-Bukhari 5010 and see.
My brother. So when I go to be on live again after tonight?
My next live stream, hopefully God will, it will be on Sunday night. In Sunday night, I do it only on TikTok. Yeah, if you join Sunday night, that is when I go full force. I get with Sunnis. Sunday night. Yeah.
But Sunni Ahmadis were all brothers, my brother.
No.
Worship Allah.
No. Let me give you an example. Somebody who steals money and somebody who is a pedophile, are they all humans? Huh?
You say what? Say again. I don't understand.
Somebody who goes to steal money and somebody who is a pedophile, are they both humans? Are they both humans?
Yeah, they are humans.
Are they all the same?
But they are humans.
Are they the same?
Yeah.
No. Are they the same?
Wait, you mean the pedophile and the someone who steals?
Yeah, who steals money. Are they the same?
No, they are not the same.
But they are humans. But they are human beings, right? Okay.
Yeah, they're not the same.
Are they brothers? Because it says birds of the same feathers do what?
Flocks together, right?
Thank you. So do you think they can flock together?
No. I don't think so.
No, because let me tell you, a criminal who steals money can frown upon a pedophile.
Exactly. So,
exactly. And then the pedophile also will think, why are you stealing money? I hate you for this. So like that. So me and Sunnis, we can never be brothers. We are not. No. A Sunni, look, a Sunni, even if it is my friend, he hates me. He just cannot tell me face to face. I have Sunni friends. They are in Finland here. I know they hate me. Whatever they say behind me, people tell me. The people tell me. They don't know. People tell me what they say behind me. But when I see them, we shake hands, fine. But they are not my close friends. I don't consider them close friends. And some of them watch me. They watch me.
So what brings the fight between the Sunni and the Shia? Because of Ali or what?
Hey, leave those two to go and fight. That is none of my business. What the two is fighting about, that's up to them. Yes, thank you, Ali Hamza. Thank you. I appreciate that. God bless you. Sunni and Shia, their fight, I love it. When I watch them fighting, I laugh. I am happy. You understand?
My brother, making me laugh.
It's just like Spain and Argentina. They are going to play on Sunday. I'll be laughing.
On Sunday.
I'll be laughing because it's Messi and his son. So I'll be laughing.
Exactly.
Yes, it's just that Sunni and Shia. That is the kind of fight. So when they are fighting, you just need to buy popcorn and enjoy the show.
Enjoy the show, yeah.
I'm
exactly.
serious.
There you go, my brother.
Simple. That one, you don't take sides. You don't say I support this. No, just watch.
But as for me, I don't oppose the Shia. I don't condemn them. I don't do that.
Most Sunnis condemn them. Most Sunnis condemn them.
Yeah, I don't do that because Allah knows the best. I don't condemn anybody. As long as you are reading the Quran, we're good. I don't condemn my brother. I don't do that.
That's good. But anyway, Sissoko, keep on watching me. Keep on watching. I'll be ending the live stream in about 1 hour. So keep on watching. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right.
God bless you. Peace. So guys, YouTube, unfortunately, I need to bring the live session to an end on YouTube. Unfortunately, we didn't get any Sunnis to come and fight it out. But hopefully on Sunday on TikTok, I'm still considering. Unfortunately, last Sunday I wasn't able to do the live stream. I was extremely tired. I was tired. I could feel it in my body. I was tired. I was like, no, it's okay. I came back from work and I said, let me sleep. I slept a bit, woke up, and I woke up feeling tired. And I'm like, no, it's okay. Let me sleep. So yeah, I stayed till later, woke up, and it was already 2 to 3. So I felt like, no, it's not good to come online anymore. Yes, so God willing, this coming Sunday, I'll be here. You get to enjoy. And the reason why on Sunday I didn't announce to anybody, because like I said, the live stream I do on Sunday is more of a bonus. I didn't make it official yet. So I didn't feel the need to announce to anybody I'm not coming online, right? So it's like that. That is why when I miss my live stream on Wednesday, I always give an update that I'm not coming online. You understand? Yes. So but Sunday, I only do it on TikTok. I'm now considering if I should be doing it on YouTube at the same time. But yes, I need to put up a poll where you can vote. When I put a poll, you vote, and I see the vote is up to the percentage I need, then yes, I can be doing YouTube and TikTok simultaneously at the same time, right? The reason why my attention is more focused on TikTok is that's where I have the biggest audience. I have over 100,000 subs on TikTok. That is why I devote my attention there, right? Yes. So thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate all of you. God bless you all. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the sharing. I appreciate all of you. I cannot, thank you enough. You understand? It's a pleasure and honor when I sit up here, regardless of the jovial aspect, regardless of the seriousness, regardless of me using words like foolish and so on. I appreciate my audience who actually patronize what I say, what I do, things I talk about, how you guys enjoy the things I put out there. One thing you should understand is I'm not doing this for fun. I'm doing this because I love it, not because I like the fun inside. No. And this is a delicate issue. It's a serious matter. Stop seeing Baba Shoaib using words and thinking I'm just taking this as a joke. This is a life and death scenario. right? You don't play with faith. You don't play with serious matters as this. Look, right now I'm in a courtroom with somebody because of these religious issues. So it's not a joke. When you see me laughing, it's because I'm trying to ease the tension that goes with this. But this is a delicate issue. People can lose their lives for this. People can hate you for this. People can destroy properties and other things because of this, right? But if you see me doing what I do, is because God has my backing. God has my back. That's why I do what I do. I do it because I don't fear any mushrik out there. Yes, but they can be dangerous. I know how dangerous they can be. But if you have God, who cares? So that's why I do what I do. So yes, if you want to do what I do, you need to have extreme high level of balls, right? It's dangerous. But yeah, because I have God, I don't give a damn who is watching me, who is saying what. No. So guys, thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for whatever. I appreciate all of you. Yes. BJ Junior says, you are doing it for money. Oh, no problem. Are you, BJ, can you give me some money, please? BJ, or are you broke? Don't worry. I'll get some money and come and feed your family, okay? Thank you. If I'm doing it for money, I think it's a fine deal. At least I'll tell people the truth and get money, right? It's a fine deal. But please go and tell your scholars the same thing. The heebie-jeebies, the KORAN and other things. Tell them to take the monetary off their YouTube page and everything. Please do that advice first. Tell them take the monetary subscription off your YouTube, everything, right? If you advise them, I'll follow suit, right? Thank you. So BJ, stop being a skin pain. Stop being what is it? Akiku Sashintaro. Thank you guys. Mehdi Mumi, Zain Mohammed, thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. And tell Asim Al-Hakim to stop charging people $150 for consultation for 30 minutes. Tell him. He said at least he's using that money to feed his family and buy things for his family, trips. That's what he said, right? Yes. So guys, thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. God bless all of you. I appreciate all. Thank you. But I'm on TikTok. I'm not done with TikTok yet. Please stay tuned. If you're on TikTok, don't leave. I'm not saying bye to TikTok. I'm only saying bye to the other streams, the 5 platforms I'm streaming from. Yes, so I'm ending those streams there, right? Guys, thank you very much. God bless you. To all the moderators also, I appreciate you. Thank you. Stay tuned and God bless you. So I'm out. Peace. Always give them a reason to remember your name. The correctional officer.